Alright, boys and girls, it's your boy, King Jiffy Coats here. We're going to be doing some interesting stuff. Now, I felt an obligation to cover this, even though I've already covered Destiny in the past. There is something that I wanted to cover this first. One important reason, due to the fact that the video I watched on Destiny's kind of whole situation in the past, there was some stuff that happened with that, and I think that Willie Mack will cover this in his I Confronted Destiny on his crime stream. So it's something I definitely feel like I need to set the record straight on, and also just due to the fact, just kind of, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, we're gonna cover the I Confronted Destiny on his crimes. It's from the Willie Mack show. I think Willie Mack does a really good job as a YouTuber. Everything I've ever watched from him has been incredible. Now I haven't watched anything on stream per se. I did feel like it was necessary to watch this due to the fact that Willie usually does a pretty good job of covering this whole situation as a whole. And during my last reaction of Destiny, there was something that I found out later about the whole thing I watched, the whole little documentary I watched, that was a little bit suspect. And basically, and I think Willie will cover this drama, but basically what happened was the information that was released in that video was not released by the victims, which I think is totally uncool. And yeah, dude, let's get into this. I'm sure he'll cover it, but I didn't know that when I released the video, so it was kind of a, oh, oops, how am I supposed to know, you know? I thought all the bases were covered when he released it. It's not like I did all the questioning and journalism on that. I just gave my opinion and then reacted to his gooning.
I want to preface this video by stating that I was the only one that reached out to everyone involved in this story, and that the victims weren't just used by Destiny, but by YouTubers trying to frame themselves as heroes. One of them is still lying about what he did. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I personally care about the victims either.
So this is the thing, because, like, here's the thing. I don't know anybody involved. I don't know any of the people, but that guy he showed, whatever that dude's name is, which I can't remember off the top of my head, he's the one that I reacted to the video where he did the Destiny nuke. He nuked Destiny. And I feel like I should have waited a little bit before reacting to it, but I was like, this is gonna be good content. I still don't feel bad that I reacted to it, because especially since a lot of the stuff in that thing were real and happening, and now there's a lawsuit because of it. I just feel like it wasn't him or his job to out all that.
Don't know them. However, I do have the basic human decency to not try and sabotage them. I pride myself on doing a good job, and this video is finally up to those standards. So enjoy! Destiny is a political streamer that has framed himself as a moral authority. I've gone on his shows, cited his appearances often when covering the Red Pill. He's framed himself as someone who's fighting for respecting women.
I think there's an intention within DGG, from what I can tell, from what you say and what people say, to make women feel comfortable in this space. Is that correct?
There's an intention from me. There's probably an intention from part of my community.
He thinks teenagers should get dating advice from him rather than their own stupid parents.
Person comes up to you and starts saying some weird stuff. You just sit there with this 13-year-old and then you start having conversations extended about them about dating.
Yeah, I have before. What do you mean? No, would I tell if a young person came up to me and they were asking me questions about some like boy problems or something? Yeah, I'd probably say, yeah, of course. What do you mean, a 35-year-old man? Of course I'm gonna have better advice for them than some random high school person. Yeah, of course. If a 15-year-old girl came up to me and she's like, there's some weird shit going on with the boy.
This is how Destiny reacts, dude. He spurgs out anytime he has any sort of pushback, and it leads him into having clips like this. I think this was definitely the funny thing is, he's like, yeah, dude, I give the best advice. Just make sure whenever you have sex to have that camera rolling, and then send it to all your friends. That's exactly what you should do. What the
boy in my high school would say, oh, no, don't talk to me, honey. Go ask another 15-year-old boy, or ask your retarded fucking mom and dad who are going to tell you to never talk to any boys ever. No, what the why would I not talk to you in person? Wait, what?
Yet Destiny has a longer list of women he's had sexual interactions with that now hate him than any of these guys. Almost all of which have been labeled as crazy, unhinged psychos, liars.
Yeah, like, I can be a pretty cool motherfucker. And yeah, you know, me and Malene have problems, but I don't think I f***ed with all of this. I'm not running around screen sharing people's nudes, calling people ugly behind their backs while telling them I want to f*** them because they're—
Oh no! Oh no, dude! I didn't realize he had said it, dude. I didn't realize Sex Pestiny said it, bro. He literally was like, I'm not out here sending all these nudes. I'm not spreading nudes. That's literally what you did. How else did they get leaked, buddy? Jesus, he did it to himself. I love downfalls. I love chaos. I love this shit. This is great.
like trying to go up on shows that I'm like a producer of.
But recent leaks showed Destiny sharing sex tapes of his past partners without their consent to a 19-year-old named Rose in an attempt to get laid. I can't help but wonder, was there any truth behind their stories?
Things that's been done to me without consent or anything.
Bridget, you are a brilliant woman.
Dude, what? Dude, what?
But that has been my past 5 years.
One more time.
That has been my past 5 years.
Then there's the aspect of how these stories broke, coming from two YouTubers, President Sunday and Beckett, who never reached out to the victim, were never given permission to share any of this. Yet they did it anyway, confirming it's her in the leaks to the general public, framing her as a suicide baiter for saying she'd kill herself if her parents found out.
Pixie did the worst thing that someone in her position could do.
And I remember saying that it was kind of cringe that she did this, that this was garbage. So it's like these guys rushed out and before they had all the information, without really confirming it with the victims and seeing like, hey, do you have like your lawyers? Made sure that this was going to be okay. They just said, fuck it, dude. We don't care about you, dude. It's all for the content. Which is why I don't like do the topical, but this is why I haven't done like any like hardcore teardowns and these documentary style stuff, because I don't want to fall into traps like this. I don't want to be the douchebag who finds out information, is sitting on it, and am like, well, you know, I really could use the views, dude. I really hate this guy, and honestly, and then justify it in my head why I should be able to do this. It's cringe.
Rather than seek legal recourse or make a public statement denouncing the violation of her consent and dignity that these leaks represented,
She was literally doing both of those things.
she seems to have ultimately chosen to try and profit from the situation by extorting Destiny.
This guy didn't even try to understand the full story before making a video victim shaming her. While her parents certainly know now, thanks to Sunday's journalism, if she dies, she dies, a risk he's totally willing to take on behalf of making his YouTube video. After Pixie was forced to go public, she would have other women reach out, saying they also had their nudes shared without their consent. One girl even claimed she filed a police report on Destiny for secretly recording them having sex, which if—
Bro, secretly, dude. Dude, this is getting better. What a gooner, bro. What an absolute degenerate. Like, who does that? I'm sorry. If you're like, oh, dude, if I'm gonna have sex with him, I'm gonna record it. No, you ask permission, dude. This isn't complicated shit, dude. This isn't like absolutely the most convoluted situation. It's like, if you're having sex with somebody and you want to record it, you ask their permission, and then you can do it. And then on top of that, if you want to show it to anybody, you have to then ask their permission again. It's not that complicated, bro. It's just, I'm gonna send a text. Oh, no? Okay, I won't do it again. Wow, dude. What? Big brain shit. Dude, it doesn't take your average cum falcon to think of that.
True is such a violation of another person's privacy, I genuinely hope he faces criminal consequences for it. This is not the first time this accusation has come up.
The way that Lauren keeps saying this is that like is implying that I'm like recording me people or recording me like sexual stuff or something like that. That's how she like implies it. When Lauren says it over and over again, that's what
dude, I love his like ironic like what? What? It's just all cope, dude. This is all cope. It's like, what is he saying? The quiet part out loud and pretending it's not him. He's using it to deflect the fact that he actually did that. That's wild.
That's what she's referring to.
The response he gave on Reddit as well as in his stream come off as absurd, like he's the victim.
A lot of vulture culture streams tonight. A lot of clout hungry people that wanted to spend 12 hours reacting to this are going to be very disappointed, and I'm sure they'll have their own conspiratorial reasons for why I'm saying what I am saying.
His friends have all disavowed him. His podcast host says he told his wife to leave him.
I'll say this also. I think Steven was a really shitty husband to Melina. Okay? I'm coming out here saying it right now. I don't think Steve would deny it either, but it's not good the way that he was. Like, I talked with Melina a lot of times and she was crying and miserable and everything else. And Steve would say, what do you want me to say? I'm a selfish motherfucker. That's why I'm in the relationship that I'm in. He was like, you know, what should I do? Should I leave? And I'll tell you this, I never was like, I was never like, no, you should stay and make things out. I told her multiple times, like, listen, if you feel like this is an abusive relationship, get the fuck out of there immediately.
Acting like he's...
Well, here's the thing too, dude. I do always kind of hate when people like pile on, you know? But at the same time, Destiny just seems like the type of guy. And I've seen like a bunch of different interactions, even where he's like hanging out with Turkey Tom. I remember when Turkey Tom and him went to that gun thing. They went and hung out with all those gun YouTubers. And Destiny the whole time was sitting like a little angry boy on a chair didn't want to like react with anybody because it was almost like he didn't want to be there and Tom dragged him along. And it's almost like every single time Destiny goes on a show, there's stories about him being an absolute entitled asshole. Now, I'm not saying that he can't do that because that's in anybody's purview. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I mean, if I'm going to be on a show, like if they like say, oh, we need you on a show, if we're going to fly you out, and I'm sitting there, I mean, I'm going to be cordial, but I don't have to. Nobody's like, there's no obligation for me to be nice. But there's been so many times where people just say Destiny is a fucking prick to be around. And just look at the way that he treats anybody he talks to that he has a slight disagreement with. He goes absolute gorilla monkey banana mode, bro. He's like, I'm Donkey Kong, bro. You better catch these motherfucking barrels. It's insane, dude. It's insane. He just wants to throw barrels of cum at people and be angry all the time. Could you imagine being in the house with him? Could you imagine, like, actually sitting in the same house and having a disagreement with him? It's not going to go well.
Betrayed because nobody reached out to him.
I want to write up a list of all the people, actually, hold on. Because there were some people that messaged me to, like, figure out, like, what was actually going on before they kind of decided to do all this, like, crazy public stuff about it. I just want to read off a list of those people. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, and that's all of them. That was a little bit shocking as well, but okay.
So I reached out, confronting him, asking him pointed questions, and his answers were disappointing. So much so, it made me wonder why he would want anyone to reach out at all. His enemies would use all of this to take victory laps on Destiny.
First of all, okay, I would say that I'm pretty confident that everyone who was featured in these videos also sent videos of them and other people as well, but nobody talks about that.
What are you thinking?
As always, dude, Hassan giving the best input possible, just letting the video play as long as possible, not really paying any sort of attention. I'm not really saying that. I just know that Hassan was probably excited that all this shit's going down. Hassan, well, and this is actually a double-edged sword for Hassan. I don't know if you know this. Here's a little bit of lore. But Hassan likes to take anybody who's a detractor of him and blame it as being part of Destiny's community. When you cannot like Destiny too. I don't like Destiny. I like Destiny in the fact that I find him entertaining. Like, I find entertainment value from him. I always have. It's just like his demeanor and his like absolute willingness to spurg at any moment I've always found kind of funny. It's like when Alex Jones is like, they're turning the frickin' frogs gay, I'm gonna eat your leftist ass. I enjoy that energy. And so I always saw I always saw Destiny kind of like an Alex Jones type, and I always saw Hassan as the Nick Fuentes. And the funny thing is Hassan will sit here and then like complain about all the detractors, but now that Destiny's like out of the public eye, he's kind of nuking his career. It's funny that Hassan will have less of an audience to blame. It's not going to be your Destiny guys anymore, especially if like this goes to court, he's proven he's wrong. I mean, that's going to fracture his fan base even more. So who's Hassan going to blame now, dude? Just blame everything on Ethan Klein? It's like, it's hard to shift blame when the guy you're shifting blame to doesn't have a big audience anymore.
Everyone who was featured in these videos also sent videos of them and other people as well, but nobody talks about that.
Okay. Classic, I just made up a no you defense, but that's cool.
Hassan is getting a W over the guy who was trying to get him banned for the past 3 months. Painful. Destiny would throw away all of his credibility because he wanted to goon. This is the sort of video I finish and I just want to shake my head in disappointment. I need Z-Biotic pre-alcohol to get through this. Fruity, we all have busy lives and we can't waste a day stuck inside sitting on the couch because
if you want to get his Z-Biotic, you can go ahead and get it. I don't care enough.
Video. For background information.
But yeah, I'll have the video in the description below when this video releases. And yeah, you can go get his shit and use his code. And if you want to use Willie Mack and print out a poster and then just rub your nipples to it, I mean, do whatever makes you happy, bro. I'm not here to judge.
All these leaks are coming from a 19-year-old girl named Rose is Coming.
That kind of shit is literally f***ing disgusting. That he would try to trap a little girl and I don't want to be presumptuous. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if this upsets you because you're 19, or I'm sorry if this upsets you because you're 22 or something, right? Or if you're some legal guy or whatever, you know? When you're 19, you're a little kid, okay? Now, if you're 22, a 19-year-old's not a kid to you, okay? I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's all the same, dude.
Well, now he's 36 and still talking to 19-year-olds. This Rose person rather could...
Bro, dude, it's always funny when people go through and get these clips that perfectly show the hypocrisy. I mean, people's opinions change. Like he had said it in like more recent things, like, oh, you're 18, you're an adult. I have seen clips of that where it's like you can make your own decisions. So it is kind of disingenuous to do that, but at the same time, the hypocrisy is hilarious, and I love chaos. I just want to gobble it up. Tasty, tasty, tasty.
Hacked or leaked the videos herself, we still don't know for sure, and all of these people's most embarrassing moments are now cemented online. Now, it's worth noting that Destiny didn't share these images because he wanted to embarrass anyone. He was trying to goon with Rose.
Just because of some legal age of consent, whatever bullshit, I have about as much in common with like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old freshman in school as I would a fucking sophomore in high school. Any type of inclination towards any of those people is really fucking weird.
I'm listening to clips of Destiny from last year defending himself from women saying that he's secretly recording them.
Lauren keeps like typing messages that make it sound like I'm secretly
This is way better. This is a way better hypocrisy thing than pulling that other clip, which you could tell was almost 10 years ago. So like people's opinions can change, and having like a spurg out and changing your opinion isn't that like big of a deal. It's funny for the hypocrisy, it's funny for the content, it's awesome for the chaos that I'm willing to be and watching this crash out. But this right here is where the real meat and potatoes is. It's in the last year where he's sitting there telling you not to believe your lying eyes, not to believe your lying ears. Whatever people are saying, it's bullshit. And just remember, this is a guy who's also trying to tell you how to feel politically and what news is right and what news isn't right. But he's willing to lie blatantly to you about his like weird sex bullshit. But you don't think he's willing to lie for his political party? This is where I think it's funny. This is where I think this is a great point to show you that all of these political hacks on the internet are willing to lie to you at any time because it's politically expedient for them.
Recording people having sex. That's what it sounds like.
And then, oh look, what am I seeing on Twitter? This girl named Sherry saying Destiny secretly recorded her and shared it with people. One of the leaked DMs is Destiny showing audio of a dude he hooked up with, saying this just ended with him finishing. Again, audio's scuffed because my phone was in my pocket. It was in your pocket? Was it there because he didn't know you were recording? This guy did an entire arc arguing with red pillars on boundaries with his wife and how you should treat women. These videos were not shared with consent. One of the victims was Pixie, who heavily trusted Destiny. She described her—
It all looks so bad, dude. I know I'm pausing again, and you're probably annoyed that I'm pausing again, and I'm jumping in, and I'm fucking gooning as hard as I can, just like Destiny every time he's secretly recording. But it was so funny when I first saw Destiny ever as a creator. It was on like my feed. I was like scrolling, and all of a sudden I was seeing like a bunch of like Andrew Tate stuff, and everybody remembers the Andrew Tate stuff. Like, what color is your Bugatti? And I was like, okay. And then I saw this like resurgence of Andrew Tate types. There's a lot of podcasts popping up. All these fucking weird gooners that are so obsessed with what other people are doing in their free time sexually. It's like, if you want to goon to a Christmas tree, fucking goon to a Christmas tree. I don't give a fuck. It's not gonna affect my life at all. But you had all these people telling other people how they needed to act and what makes you like a real woman or a real man or whatever. And Destiny was making his rounds on all of these podcasts, arguing with these people. And a lot of times he looked kind of goofy, and sometimes he didn't look goofy. But it's all funny now that he was here kind of arguing with their morality, talking about how they actually didn't care about women and how he respected women more, while the whole time he's secretly recording every single encounter he has. Not every encounter. Allegedly, he recorded a bunch of encounters with him and other girls without their consent. That's how you're supposed to treat women? It's like, oh yeah, dude, I'm saving it for my collage of weird gooning stuff that I sell on the dark web. Joking, that's a joke, allegedly.
Herself is extremely sexually inexperienced and sheltered. I had multiple long conversations regarding consent and boundaries with Destiny. Has all of these conversations about consent and boundaries and then does this without consent. Amazing. The fact that Destiny didn't maliciously share these videos might matter legally. That will have to be determined, but it doesn't really matter for the victims, now does it? Their nudes are out there for their parents, employers, and friends to see. The leaks happened in November. By the end of December, Kiwi Farms, as well as many other creators, knew who the participants were. There were group chats talking about it. The most prominent victim victim in this story, Pixie, confronted Destiny about sharing her nudes without consent. I'm super sorry, there's literally zero excuses. In DMs, Aaron wrote to Destiny, you didn't leak it maliciously, you distributed it non-consensually. Yeah, I know, I have severely damaged her. Confirming yes, he did do this, making him come off like a complete fraud. He has hours of content telling people—
But I love it. I love that. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that real quick.
Destiny about sharing her nudes without consent. I'm super sorry, there's
there shouldn't be no I'm sorry, there's literally zero excuse. I had my phone convos and stuff with this person, and they're fairly close to me. It's worth to say at this point, but I'm super sorry, there's literally no excuse. I won't say or confirm anything about them. If there's any particular action or thing I can do, just let me know. He's trying to be that good guy. He's trying to the whole time be the good guy. I'm sympathetic good Destiny.
Literally zero excuses. In DMs, Aaron wrote—
and this is a Strange Gate, right? Which is probably an extremely difficult to prove in her case. She's not a high-profile micro-celebrity, and you didn't leak it maliciously. You didn't even leak it at all. You distributed it non-consensually. Yeah, I know, but I look into it for obvious reasons, just to be sure. But I don't really care how much about legal side of it or whatever, obviously. I have severely, at this point, at the very least, psychologically damaged her, covering therapy or whatever is minimum, and I have no problem helping out or sending her money for anything as a form of reparation. I just didn't want to come off as, hey bitch, lol, I know I violated your trust in the worst way ever, but here's some money, have fun. Dude's like, such a fucking weirdo, dude. I like that he put that in there, like, hey bitch, lol, I know I violated your trust in the worst way ever, but here's some money to have fun. And this is just like, to me, what it's looking at is he's like, oh yeah, I'm sympathetic, I'll pay for, oh, I'm not the bad guy, dude, I know it was a big mistake, but I'm here for you. And it's like, dude, you literally broke the law.
To Destiny, you didn't leak it maliciously, you distributed it non-consensually. Yeah, I know, I have severely damaged her. Confirming yes, he did do this, making him come off like a complete fraud. He has hours of content telling people how to live their lives, that they have no moral standards. Meanwhile, he's going on trips to Israel with his friend Lonerbox, while pocketing nudes of a girl he was having a thing with. There's a video of Pixie's dad thanking Destiny for being a good friend.
First of all, many thanks for being a friend to my dad.
No, dude! No, dude, he was like, Dad, thank you for being so nice to my daughter and always taking care of her. And what he didn't know is she was taking care of his dick. She was taking care of his semen in her cheeks and storing it like a chipmunk. And everybody knows this now because Destiny decided all of his friends needed to see the video. What the fuck?
Daughter.
Yeah, no problem.
She doesn't have any friends.
That's not true. You're so
she has a
mean.
shit ton of friends.
Okay.
But
bro, dude, she looks just so impressionable. Like, she didn't have a lot of now this is gonna be this is no slight at Pixie or whatever, but you can tell that she was somebody who didn't have a ton of friends, went to the internet, was probably frequenting people like Destiny's live streams all the time, decided they were gonna do it themselves, and was very impressionable. Now she still was consenting to like hooking up with him or whatever, right? Still consenting to that. But there's no doubt in my mind that they had a bunch of conversations and Destiny moved it in this direction. And then that's fine. That can happen. I'm not saying it can't. It's funny because of the hypocrisy that he's like, I would never do that. 19-year-old is basically like a 12-year-old to me. But at the same time, he's utilizing somebody who's kind of naive to get what he wants and then record them against their consent. That's fucking wild, bro. Bro's over here just being an absolute fucking cum hurricane in the world.
I appreciate your friendship.
Cool.
And I appreciate that you are friends.
Thanks. Well, I try my best. I'm a friendly person, you know.
Bruh, this is painful to watch. Pixie is talking to Kyla here. They're friends, but Kyla has a conflict of interest. Her and her husband moved from Canada to work with Destiny. They uprooted their whole lives for this. Pixie emphasizes, Steven has to face the consequences proportional to his actions. I want this to be the most expensive mistake of his life. I'm essentially asking him to punish himself in a way I don't think he will or agree with without the law getting involved. I don't have a dollar amount from the top of my head. It just has to be enough for the rest of his life. If he thinks of the word nude, he associates it with the amount of money he lost. $1 million is a price that gets thrown around in later DMs, and upon reading that, me and a lot of other people initially laughed, but then I thought about it. If somebody leaked my nudes, I would want their head. I can't have that, so $1 million from a millionaire sounds fair enough.
Based, yeah, no, I see, and I haven't looked at, after these screenshots came out and I saw these, I was waiting for somebody else to cover this so that I could get the record straight on this whole situation, because I feel like there was a lot of missed context from that first guy's video, because he just kind of fucking threw it to the wind and wanted to get as much fucking relevancy as possible. He wanted to be the first guy on the drama, and that's honestly a huge issue with a lot of these type of people. That's something I've always respected about somebody like Willie Mack, is they're willing to wait until all the facts come out to then make the video. There's a lot of people that are trying to be the first dog on the bone, and it's honestly kind of pathetic.
It starts to look like,
and it sucks too, because like, it's somebody like me who's watching it for the chaos and the fun, to watch a micro celebrity crash online. It's like, oh, I watched something from somebody, thought it was funny, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, dude, this is like this is just him being just as fucking horrible. Not just as horrible as Destiny, but being just a fucking bad actor in the whole situation.
She's protecting Destiny in these messages. It wasn't clear to me before that this is what you wanted specifically. My understanding is it was more of a sense of rehabilitation. Now, this was only one leak. You know how many times he's probably shared these nudes and not gotten caught? But Kyla's like, Pixie, you don't understand. He's super sorry. In an interview Kyla gave Tom, it comes off as her looking out for Destiny.
Just to me, like, recording somebody and then without their knowledge and leaking it is like a full-on, like, it's a pretty like sexually invasive crime. Leaking somebody's nudes, I think, is also really bad. To be clear, I think it is really bad. But the issue is that I think it's fundamentally just a more common issue that people do. It's definitely, in my experience, not the first time that somebody has like leaked nudes. I think it's not okay. Like when you hear about like guys like showing other guys like tits that some girls shunter, like I think it's gross, and there's a reason I don't look at.
I mean that's I agree, it's less severe, but. You know,
so
this isn't a bunch
of
high schoolers, right? This is a 35-year-old guy who's doing this.
Sure, but the law and morals are different, right?
Boys will be boys.
Jesus, dude. I think this is the problem that Tom has had with this whole situation. I was glad that he came out and said something about it, like, hey, dude, I don't stand with this. And I think I kind of saw this coming from the moment that Tom started hanging out with Destiny, is there's a lot of people who have been around Destiny that then bail out because of Destiny, because he's manipulative, or he's a fucking cum goblin, dude. He's a fucking cum goblin, and he's not somebody that I feel like, and if you have somebody that's like a hardcore political fucking yeller on the internet, there's no other way to put it than they just scream about politics on the internet, you're never gonna have like a sound relationship with them, because they view everybody who disagrees with them as their enemy, and so eventually something like this was going to happen.
This is a crazy statement coming from someone whose last video is about feminism. She's like, only if Destiny does the worst thing possible will it matter to me.
The way I'm getting painted here is like really, really far from the truth, and I don't really know why.
You look like Ghislaine Maxwell.
I know.
Brutal. She says that.
Dude, Tom fucking said that and he fucking died, bro. Yeah, you look like Ghislaine Maxwell. Because Tom tries to be really fair when he interviews people. I think that's something you should do if you're interviewing somebody, to try to be as fair as ever. Don't try to catch you in gotcha moments, because I've seen people, one person in particular, I saw do this a while back, and I actually have respect for him as a YouTuber, but his name is Fratanga Plays, and he was interviewing David Jaffe, and about like David Jaffe calling everybody racist, which he does on a weekly basis. And instead of waiting for him to actually like present his thoughts, what he did was wait for a gotcha moment. He was like, oh, look what you just said. You're a fucking retard. Look how fucking retarded you are. And you're not going to get any more information after that. You've then made that person your enemy, and it's now an argument. So when you're interviewing somebody, the best thing to do is let them talk themselves into their own hole, or just try to maintain as much information as you possibly can to then listen to it later and make your then decision on it. You can do pushback. Pushback is always good, but do not try to be rude about it. I feel like there's a lot of people that are like, ooh, I want to get what's been sitting in the back of my fucking noggin for the last hour out, and I want to just tell you about it.
Steven showed accountability and a step-by-step plan on how he was going to correct all of this.
Basically, the moment that I saw like remorsefulness, accountability, and like a step-by-step plan of like how he was going to correct the issue, that's when I was like, okay, I can still work with this person because it's like the try and the accountability that matters to me.
What was his plan? Because all I saw was Destiny blaming his actions on being off of Vyvanse. Apparently, if he's off of his meds, he doesn't have to respect people's privacy. Interesting symptoms. I want to point out that Pixie stands by that Kyla was being a good friend despite how she comes off. It's worth acknowledging that. When this story hit the wider public, Destiny gave a statement on Reddit. He titled it Legal Arc Beginning in Mysterious Ways. Such wow. Which shows how unserious he is about this whole thing. Like, what if he gets—
Well, that's the thing. Destiny isn't taking anything seriously because he thought, here's Destiny's thought going into this. Destiny thought, I get away with just about everything. I am uncancelable. That is what everybody has always told me. That is what I've always thought. I can say whatever I want. I can be whatever I want. I am the ultimate fucking goon lord, Destiny. They can try to take me down. They try to take me down all the time, and it hasn't happened. I can say whatever I want, do whatever I want, and get the fuck away from it, bro. I'm getting out scot-free. And this time he gooned too close to the fucking sun. He got jizz on his own face, and now he's seeing actual trouble. So this is even looking worse now because the dude fucking fucked up.
criminally convicted. Will he label that his prison arc? He says he had no intention of these images or videos leaking, and that he hasn't spoken up for the following reasons. He was going to pursue litigation, most likely against the hacker and sites hosting the leaks, and that he didn't want to bring publicity to the material. 3. I've been trying to move on from covering drama content as it has had an increasingly negative impact on those in my life. You want to move on? Now that the drama's about you, it's not fun anymore? People always act like they're above covering drama when they become the subject matter. 4. One person involved has expressed suicidal thoughts in relation to the matter, and I did not want to exacerbate the situation by talking about it publicly. Now that's a nice sentiment, but it's already all out there. The real reason he's quiet is because it's going through litigation. I can't help but roll my eyes when I read parts of this. I increasingly felt uncomfortable by the language being used regarding to financial punishment and wanting to teach me a lesson, along with constant references to the precariousness.
With up to 32 hours.
Dude, it's just so funny, dude. It's so funny how this dude just fucking thought he was in the clear. He thought he was just fine. He made it seem like they're coming after him again. This is nothing new. It's just so funny, dude. The state of being dangerously likely to fall or collapse. And it was so funny because I saw that Turkey Tom had talked about Destiny after the election stream, right? There was something about Turkey Tom was getting some drama because of the election stream because he was fucking being a goof off while everybody else was being really serious and getting like and spurging out because Trump was winning. It was funny that then after that, Destiny was like, I'm taking political stuff more seriously, when behind the scenes, this shit was going on. When he was being a fucking gooner, and that's why he wanted to leave drama content. Not that he wanted to get more serious about politics. He just knew that the drama, that the cum was coming for him, and it was coming in like a fucking cum tsunami.
Of someone's mental health. You're being punished. It's not supposed to be comfortable. You know it's bad when the top comment is, I wish my streamer watched horse porn instead.
I want to a woman as a horse.
I can't believe Destiny gave this guy a W. And his return stream wasn't any better, using the same song Dr. Disrespect came back with. Destiny's response isn't great. He's since banned all the alleged victims from his community. He said, bro, if I need to go on the sex offender list, I'm taking 20 other streamers with me. Okay, lol, W. Who are these 20 other streamers?
Yeah, dude, fucking release them. Why are you protecting sex offenders, bro? If you're willing to... See, this is what I want. This is something I would want to, like, if I found out about somebody in the community being a sex offender, I would I would actually like go out and try to find some information and then expose those people with the consent of the other people involved. I would actively try to not have these people protected. If you're protecting them because maybe you have the same political ideology or you have this like an overlapping audience, that is disingenuous. That's fucking disgusting, dude. I mean, like, this is something that honestly bothers me deep down, and I think that it should bother everybody deep down because of the fact that what the fuck? What the absolute fuck? Why would you, like, why wouldn't you have taken them down already? Why are you waiting until you have your shoe to drop? Why does your shoe have to fucking land in the wet pussy for everybody else's shoes to land in wet pussy? That is fucking weird.
Streamers, is there a Google Drive where perverts on Twitch upload other people's nudes? I repeat, how long has this been going on for? How sorry could he be? Not very if he's been covering for 20 other streamers doing the same thing. But then I'm seeing Destiny's co-host Dan on one hand disavowing Destiny for what he did, and then on the other hand threatening acquaintances.
If you're one of my coworkers out there and you're making your little bit of a strong statement about how much you condemn Destiny and everything else, you better not let me find you doing something else and signing some other bullshit off for someone else or you know, being weak. Because if that's gonna be the case, Either be all the way fucking in or all the way fucking out. Okay, that's all I'm gonna tell you. All these half in the door motherfuckers, too much of a pussy to do anything else. Like, I get it, fine. If you're a content creator, you rely on this for your fucking life, then fine. Then f off. Then say that Destiny's a fucking pervert, all that type of shit, and fucking go away forever. And that's what you should do. And f off permanently. Same front there. I will say that I think that Steve has changed a lot, especially over the last year, where he is not like that type of person anymore. You guys don't fucking you don't see it because you don't know who he is.
People don't want to hear about how much he's changed when this has all just happened.
But if you think that you're gonna say a strong statement, say
yeah, dude. I mean, like, this is the thing. People don't know what the fuck's happened over the last year. All they know is he's had a bunch of fucking drama with a bunch of leaked fucking photos that he just had, like, cameras posted around every inch. His whole bedroom isn't walls. They're not walls. They're just secret cameras that he has, like, blended in to be. Oh, why does this look like a bunch of cameras? Oh, that's just how I painted them because I'm a streamer. Okay, let's have sex. I mean, come on, dude. Come the fuck on. Oh, yeah, he's changed. He's changed so much. Like, what how the fuck do we know? Like, we're supposed to believe you because you fucking told us? When the dude just has, like, a fucking giant Kiwi Farms page full of fucking leaked videos, probably, supposedly. I don't know. I've never gone on Kiwi Farms. But, I mean, that's where the shit comes from. Come on, dude.
Say that you're not fucking with him right now and come back in 2 months, fuck you, is what I have to say. You're worse than anyone. You're definitely worse than me. At least I'm honest about the situation. I've known the dude for 15 years. I can say that what he did was fucked up. He knows what he did was fucked up. He knows that he has to change, and he knows he's gonna have fucking consequences for it. But for fucking you, you're just a fucking weasel. All these motherfuckers that did this whole
well, and then there's me. Then there's me over here who just loves chaos. Never watched Destiny stream a day in his life. Just seen funny clips of him. And found out that he was having a crash out. And I was like, crash out, crash out. Ooh, we love a crash out, crash out, crash out. Gotta take my titties out, crash out, crash out. Destiny's gonna film them. It's great, dude. I love that I don't watch any of these fucking clowns because why would I listen to a political streamer? It just seems stupid to me. And now that they're crashing out, I can sit here and just have a little sip of sody pop and have a good time.
All the way in, all the way out. Any of these motherfuckers try to come back in after they've done their little strong weasel statement doing it? That noise.
How do you know he's changed, Dan? Did you know he was doing this? It's such an odd statement. How is Dan playing both sides this hard? So unless you stand by Destiny, you can't ever engage with him again. It's about to be a very lonely career. Abba called out Destiny, pointing out that this was always where his lifestyle was going to lead, and says that he has no respect for anyone he's intimate with.
I think that people look at some of the standard markers for trouble and they, for some reason, project a ton of stuff onto me, but I think I'm living like one of the healthiest, fullest lives that I possibly could be.
You know, constantly having poor relationships with women over a long period of time, or in other situations, STDs, different things like that. Eventually that hedonism comes back to bite them in the life, and they also recognize they could have been investing that time a lot better.
No, shut up, Melina, shut up, let him talk. What do you mean, constantly?
No, hold.
Anything you do in life that's going to increase like your ability to like have fun or do like crazy stuff or whatever is always going to carry with it like the risk of death, right?
Absolutely.
Like you have no chance of dying by falling out of a plane unless you go skydiving, but that's not an argument against never skydiving.
But it is an argument against maybe skydiving 1,000.
It isn't just skydiving. What if the plane just like rips okay, a very metal sized bird. We have a mecha bird. It's secretly a Transformers. You know when the Transformers became dinosaurs? Well, now they're fucking birds now. And that bird just decides it doesn't know where it's going and then hits the wing. The wing flies off and you're sucked out of the airplane and you're flying. You didn't die there because you were skydiving. I mean, kind of skydiving, but it's not the actual act of skydiving. It's because the plane was crashing. That is another viable way to die from the plane.
Times if you don't want to die that way.
Well, if you want to skydive 1,000 times, then can skydive 1,000 times. Like, what's wrong? Damn, what happened to all the self-empowerment shit that you guys were talking about earlier? If your lifestyle choices are like, damn, I would never want to deal with like a crazy girl or anything like that, that's totally valid. I think it's totally fine. I accept that that's probably true for most people. But like, I'm okay with the trade-off on that for like all the benefits that I get.
I did. We kind of glazed by it, but I do like the fact that Melina went to talk. And he's like, "Shut the fuck up, Melina. I'm here. I'm the important guy here." Hey, I just think it's funny because like it's the same type of energy. I remember when Steven Crowder had that video with his wife, bro, and I was like, "Bro, what the fuck is going on, dude? This is what it's like to live with Steven Crowder." I mean, just there is how it is like to live with Melina. I mean, he was just a dick. I mean, live with Destiny. bro was just like fine watching his girl plow other dudes right in front of him. Like, and I don't care, do whatever the fuck you want, but then to espouse that your way of life is the best way of life. I mean, he did say on multiple occasions that it's not the best. It worked for him and Melina, but it obviously didn't fucking work. But I mean, come on, dude, come on.
A lot of people. I like traveling a lot. I like doing drugs. I like my stream shit. That's like super fun for me. To be like, well, doesn't bad stuff happen sometimes so you shouldn't do it? That doesn't compute to me.
Or others, because I think the main thing with this is you have to think about the activity. The activity involves hurting others. Like even Destiny, as good as he is at what he does, probably could admit he's broken a lot of hearts. He's disappointed a lot of women. He's made a lot of people upset. It's not just how he feels about it. When you involve other people in this kind of pursuit of pleasure, other people get hurt as well. I'll stand by what I said at the beginning. I don't feel bad for Steven whatsoever because he knew what he was getting into. He was brazen about it. When he was warned, when he said, hey, this is a bad idea, this is a bad lifestyle, he said, I don't care, I want to have fun. It's fun for me. That's why I like these mentally ill women.
He's had this public view for years. But no, guys, Dan and Kyla says he's changed in the past month.
Yeah, dude, yeah, it only took his wife leaving him. It only took his wife leaving him going through an insane saga where he was just like freaking out because his wife was fucking that other twink dude. And then all of a sudden, it then accumulates into him the whole time been gooning with other girls and filming it. And guys, you know what I mean? Like, oh, his hedonistic lifestyle, as that guy said, is biting him in the ass. Look at that. It all came full circle. Now, I'm fine if you want to live a life of out there, going out there sucking and fucking and do whatever you want. That is cool. If you want to dress up like fucking Optimus Prime and then go have sex with a giant furry, I don't give a shit. It has no effect on my life whatsoever. But then to tell other people that you're just fine and it's working for you and showing your audience that even though you're like, yeah, maybe it's not for you, it's not for everybody, but it works for me. And then when it fucking hits a clusterfuck, then making it everybody else's fault and like not, I mean, the dude needs to take full accountability for him being a dipshit. Like 100%, like the best way to look at this is like, yeah, maybe if I wouldn't have been so pleasure based in all of my choices, this wouldn't have happened, because like all his journey was to find the best pleasure, and look at that, he was really fun for, and this is what happens anytime you're living your life just for fun. You will hit a point that it comes and bites you in the ass because you've let a lot of the things around you slide.
Currently, hanging out with like a streamer that does like denial all day, every day, or that has someone on a DUI or something along those lines.
Jesus Christ. I don't even know where he was going with that. DUI, what the fuck?
Like, it's gonna be once we find that out, I think that's like gonna be kind of a rough one to be like why you threw someone under the bus just for clout.
Such a weird threat to throw out there to try and keep people in line. Well, I've hung out with a person who got a DUI, Dan. What are you gonna do about it? So I reached out to Destiny for some clarification. There's no point in even reading them to you because he copy and pasted the same response to every question, and he doesn't want to comment farther until he's past litigation. He clarifies, I'm aware that these answers are super unsatisfying, and it sucks it looks super guilty for me to respond this way. And even this might be saying too much, but any statement that I make could become part of a record for any court case, for any number of things that are foreseen and unforeseen to me right now.
I mean, that is fair. Okay, here's the thing. I do understand that it's going to make him look bad, and I didn't expect any of these questions to be answered to Willie Mack. Just because of the fact that everything he says is going to be held up because he is getting sued. There is litigation coming after him. He has, I think there's a few different cases right now heading his way. They're fucking trucking in. He used to let guys pull a train on his wife. Now he's got a train of litigation coming for his ass. So I don't blame him for not saying anything to make him look like more of an asshole.
Now. And there's a possibility that I say something that feels true but ends up not being true in the future. He then gives an example on how seemingly throwaway comments can lead to big consequences in court. He's right, because honestly, what is he supposed to do? Incriminate himself? He's going to let the legal process play out. So I asked Destiny if there was any false narratives being pushed, and if there was anything he wanted me to say that wasn't already public. He replied with people validating prior individuals who are insane, despite there being no evidence to validate them, is crazy conspiratorial nonsense. I assume he's talking about Mr. Girl's document where he lists every girl who has ever had a problem with Destiny. Destiny continues, there's obviously multiple affected parties, but it's rich that all of these people who cry about cancel culture and innocent until proven guilty have no problems making the most insane assumptions about a man, and have no problem engaging with people who are insanely toxic when it comes to male victims of any kind of weird sexual shit. He defended himself.
And here's the thing. If it comes out that all of this is bullshit and he didn't send, well, I mean, this is the thing. There's evidence showing that he sent it to somebody who wasn't Pixie, and then it got leaked. So therefore, there's already some sort of evidence that proves that he has sent it, that he already has done part of this. And just on that aspect alone, I'm criticizing him throughout this whole thing. It's not like the Johnny Depp and fucking whatever that bitch whore name. I can't remember her fucking name. What was her name? I don't know. Whatever the bitch from Johnny Depp was, dude, she's so washed. I can't even remember who she was. Anyways, so it's like why the fuck would we believe you when there's evidence proving you right now? There's evidence showing that you were filming people. It's like there's screenshots for fucking days. Like, yeah, is there still stuff that probably is taken out of context? Sure. And I'm sure that when it gets to court, we will see whether he is going to be held responsible or not. And at that time, I mean, like, I'm not like rooting for his downfall, but I'm just here enjoying it. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how he thinks that he can utilize this double standard when he has so much fucking evidence piled against him.
Himself a bit more on Twitter against Nick, saying, I didn't admit to anything. Meanwhile, you can just read the messages where Destiny says, yeah, I know. I've damaged her severely. Nobody cares about you.
But here's the thing too. Well, I know I'm pausing it again, but like, even if you say like, oh, well, they can doctor messages. Yeah, well, okay. Well, you can't doctor the fucking videos. Like, you can't just like make new video. Like, it's like, oh, well, it's AI. No, it's not, dude. You fucking sent a bunch of videos that are of you with somebody else to somebody else, and this shit happened. Plain and simple. Like,
being the victim because you caused all of this. There is no expectation for Kiwi Farms being the good guy. They have the leaks because you shared them with Rose. He goes on to say that people named Lav and Kelly Jean have been distributing his nudes, revenge porn in the literal truest sense. How many crazy women are part of this guy's life? At what point can I victim blame him? Ryan Beard's telling a story about how some girl named Anna is stalking you and your solution was to sext her.
He did stalk me.
That she locked. Okay, then why are you sexting with her still?
We're cool. We've been cool for a year, Max.
Okay, so you acknowledge that you've been sexting with her for a year.
Yeah, we've had on and off, sure. Max, can you acknowledge that I haven't said anything bad about her for a year? I've said we've been fine. I've said that over and over.
The last time I talked to you about her, like 2 weeks ago or 16 days ago or something, you said that she locked you in the basement of her mind and it was a traumatic experience for you. Locked you in the basement of her mind.
In the past. In the past, Max.
Oh, okay.
Why? Tell me, Max, why hasn't Anna come forward with any of this information now? Can you tell me, or do you want me to tell everybody why?
I don't want to speak on her behalf.
Okay, I will. It's because she said she literally wants to remain friends with me.
He had his whole community feeling bad for him.
I do love that. I love how he can browbeat people. And this is the thing. He's using this with his like Me Too thing. He does this all the time with political stuff. He'll find something he disagrees with and he'll browbeat the fuck out of you until you agree with him. He will try to make you look like the asshole. And this isn't about like Me Too bullshit. This isn't about like innocent and proven until proven guilty. He's utilizing that to hide behind it. It's a fucking stop sign in front of all of his bullshit that he's standing there like, oh, no, you can't look at me. Oh, see the stop sign? I put a stop sign there. You got to think of that about this because you stood for so-and-so cause. What about this? What about this? And it's like, dude, you're just fucking cooked. You look like an asshole now. This is just like what happened when he said that firefighter deserved to get shot or whatever, and defendant like celebrated him getting shot. He was like, oh yeah, well what about Nancy Pelosi's husband? You didn't feel so bad about that. It's like, dude, you're fucking browbeating people and trying to win arguments just by being the louder, more obnoxious person in the room.
Stalked as he was doing this. There are parts of streams where he's condemning people for sharing nudes non-consensually.
Yeah, you know, me and Malene have problems, but I don't think I f***ed up at all in this. I'm not running around screen sharing people's nudes.
Bro, this shows that he knows this was bad. He was using this to expose someone. The embarrassing part about this drama isn't that a video leaked of Destiny sucking an Oscar Mayer, it's that he's thrown away his credibility. He comes off like a fraud. We did speak in the off-the-record voice call. It was not recorded, and he was giving off the vibe that things might not be what they seem, but because of litigation, I couldn't know what he was referring to. I certainly couldn't just blindly believe him. You look at his social media and he's memeing about the whole thing, posting himself dressed as Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, Dan and Kyla, you're right. Destiny's totally rehabilitated and remorseful over this whole thing. It's very obvious.
Yeah, this is where I decided if there was going to be if somebody else who was reputable made a video on it, I was going to react to it because of that tweet right there. It was like, oh, I'm memeing the doctors disrespecting. I'm like, you don't take this fucking seriously at all. You have all this sympathy that you want from this situation, but you're the asshole. You're trying to play the monster while also trying to play the victim, and that's not how it works.
So is Destiny's career over because of this? Well, if Tim Pool can frame himself as a patriot while secretly taking Russian money, Vosh can say Lolly makes you a pedo while having a folder full of Lolly, Hassan can frame himself as more credible than the media while reporting every story wrong, and Tyler Oliveira can pretend to be a journalist while just making up stories on the spot, then why wouldn't Destiny recover from this? Let's be honest, the real punishment is Hassan will bring this up every chance he gets.
I can't believe that there are still Destiny fans in here. He kind of made you, though. Why you so ungrateful? He brought you in, no. Why not just talk it out, bro? He was your friend at one point. Dude, I don't know if you understand. We're having a conversation about this dude serially making sex tapes of the people he sometimes consensually and sometimes non-consensually records and is unconsensually sending to other people that he wants to fuck. And you're like, why don't you become friends with that guy again? I don't know, because he's...
What's wrong with
This is all valid. I criticize Hassan a lot. I think he deserves a lot of criticism, and anybody who doesn't criticize somebody just because they're like, oh, well, I like his political takes, that is brain rot. But I think that he is right here. Like, why the fuck? It's like me becoming friends with Hassan after I've criticized him so much. I want nothing to do with this man in terms of actual friendship, or if he was like, yo, you should come on my stream, and I'd be like, well, are we debating? Like, what do you want? Do you want to debate me? Do you want to browbeat me? Why the fuck would I come on your stream? I already disavowed you posting terrorism videos and shit. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And like, it's like the same thing with Destiny. Why the fuck would I want to hang out with Destiny after all of this shit comes out? Like, what's the purpose? Why? Just so a portion of your audience will be happy with you? Fuck that, dude.
Gross.
And Hassan is totally right. You know how hard that is to say? Again, if you're a left-leaning political viewer, your options are cooked. But seriously, it seems like if you have a political audience, you could get away with anything. You have Joe Biden's millionaire drug-fueled son getting pardoned after he said he wouldn't do it, and Donald Trump, our current sitting president, was part of an electoral scheme. But no, this is when political audiences finally take a stand. Sure, these audiences will excuse everything because they think the ends justifies the means. Hearing Lonerbox lay out his 2025 aspirations is hilarious until you realize how true it is.
I look forward to some time coming back when I can like brand myself as the only remaining political streamer who doesn't have sex scandals and doesn't support terrorists. For some reason, it's always one or the other.
They're very musical people.
They're very musical people. Yeah, dude, this is cooked. It's like anybody who orbits fucking Hassan is just these fucking weirdo terrorist supporters. And then you have like the other side where it's like Destiny and his sex scandals. It's like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And then you got like the bread tubers out there who are like trying to pull socialism and shit into movies and games and everything. And they're doing such a bad job of it that they're making themselves look like assholes. So they have their drama. So it's like, dude, where's your normal fucking guys over here, dude? Where's your like normal fucking dude? I mean, the right has the problems too, but I'm just saying right now with the left, it's funny.
No, are you being serious?
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hassan.
No, it is. They do musicals about like their actions all the time.
Yeah, they're militarized action.
When I looked at it, I think the vibe that I got was like short stack, thick kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like the way like goblins get drawn in porn.
The fuck?
Niggas press their luck in, they get a butt fucking straight up the ass raw dog with the rash.
Destiny was objectively wrong for this and deserves all of the backlash. I think it's important to acknowledge that the people who exposed this story were not looking out for the victims at all. In fact, they were actively working against their best interests. In comes President Sunday and Beckett. Neither of these people had direct contact with Destiny, Kyla, Pixie, or anyone else involved in this story. They never even tried to reach out, yet they were the ones who posted videos outing the whole thing. The only information they have comes from...
And that I was implicit in watching this type of shit and like not knowing that this all came out as them. I thought maybe they'd reached out. I thought there was like intention behind this. I thought maybe they like maybe not even reached out, but it was just like well-known information at the time. I had no idea that they were the ones who were first outing this. I just saw it was trending on Twitter, was like, okay, I'm gonna make some views, this is gonna be great, only to find out that the people were malicious in doing it. That sucks. That sucks as a content creator because you don't always know the things behind this, especially when it's like new out there. And I mean, it's everything in the videos were most of the videos were partially factual. I do think that the $1 million thing was such a fucking loss, such an L, and I hate that that level of fucking maliciousness was put into the video, or not misintention was, I guess, I don't really know how to place what the fuck stupidity happened with his video and the $1 million thing, trying to make her look like she was a greedy little fucking goblin. But at the same time, dude, it sucks. It sucks that people don't take their time and do their research right when they're making these type of videos.
Aaron leaking all of Pixie's messages. They are only working with secondhand information. In Sunday's video, he says Pixie's silence was bought in exchange for Destiny paying for her law school, leaving all the other victims out to dry.
Pixie has since said nothing publicly.
This is why I was mad at her. I honestly was mad at her for doing this. But
there has been no evidence of legal proceedings being pursued, and she has seemingly ceased communications with the people she was previously working with, instead posting on X about taking the LSAT in pursuit of law school. It appears as though her attempt to extort Destiny has probably paid off, albeit at the expense of every other person Destiny has victimized in the...
Yeah, see, this is where I took situations with him, or with her, and to know that I took a issue with her without all the information, I feel bad about, and that's why I'm correcting the record now on this video. It's like, dude, if you're gonna do something like this, especially with all the pretentious books and shit he put in, like he's this fucking not Doctor Strange, fucking Sherlock Holmes of drama creation, when he's out there just fucking being wrong. Go fuck yourself, dude. Go fuck yourself with your little lamp and your little fucking books. President Sunday, you absolute piece of shit. Maybe do a little research. Stop being a little piece of shit about everything.
The past and will victimize in the future.
His evidence for this is a single tweet of her saying she took the LSAT, as if you could just sign up and pass this test within a month. So at this point, my mind was blown that someone would out a victim for a 100K view video while the victim was still discussing their options, and then determine their silence was bought over a tweet. No need to confirm anything. So I reached out to Pixie to try and confirm if she ever talked to Sunday or Beckett about this. Pixie has pursued litigation against Destiny. However, she did let Lonerbox, who she's dating, provide some details.
Did President Sunday reach out to Pixie one time to see if he could go live with this video, or to confirm that the draft was canceled or anything like that?
No, he didn't.
It is so incredibly selfish of Sunday and Beckett to insert themselves into a situation where they take agency away from Pixie. Because one, she's pursuing legal action, and you guys making this public gives Destiny ample time to delete evidence. While
exactly, dude. This all ends up being fucking... It's just so bad faith. It's bad journalism. It's just bad coverage in general. It sucks because, like, I'm not the only person who covered that. A million other people covered it. Everybody thought that it's like, oh, this is fucking what's going on here. This is interesting. Famous creator or famous micro celebrity having a downfall. It's fun. It's great. Everybody likes to watch downfalls on the internet. So when you see a downfall, you go in there and you watch it, and you come on. President Sunday, the video who I watched, comes off like he's this super intellectual fucking person who did all the research, had all his facts straight. Makes it seem like he's fucking Sherlock Holmes of drama, and all to find out that he's maybe made it easier for Destiny to get away with some gooner shit, which will always put questions. Even if he does win a lawsuit, now we have questions of, was there more? Did President Sunday give him chance to get away with all this shit? Like, what? We now have these questions in the back of our mind, which one will either boost Destiny because he can say it was all bullshit if he wins. Two, it'll make everybody in the situation feel worse because now there's going to be those questions lingering in there, and you did a disservice to everyone.
Pixie's team was still building their case. I know I look smart enough to come up with that point myself. I'm not, so take that how you will. 4 days before Sunday released his video, he had a conversation with Nick acknowledging that Pixie was suicidal over this leaking.
All I'm getting from this is she's really not going to want this to be public. She wants to hurt Steven, but she doesn't want this to be known that she's done this, and this is her.
Yeah.
And she desperately doesn't want her family to know. And if I cover it, there's a good chance they will find out.
Oh, 100%. Why do you think I haven't covered this at all? Like that's my principal issue.
Yeah, that's
here's the thing. If anything happens to Pixie in the foreseeable future,
it all drops.
Well, he will actually be destroyed then. That will be insurmountable. Not destroyed. He'll have his channel. He'll have his audience, but there will be no
politics.
The media company dream will not.
I think his media company dream has been dead since he celebrated that Trump guy or that that guy who died at the rally. I mean, you can say, oh, he would have had a chance, that he still had opportunities after that. I think that anytime he would have gotten into a political debate after that, it was going to get brought up. There's just no way around it. I mean, he was the leading voice on celebrating the president getting shot. And I'm sorry, anybody who's celebrating the attempted assassination on somebody and they're supposed to be a reliable political source, they are not a reliable political source if they wish violence on their political adversaries. I'm sorry. Making memes about it is one thing, right? But being a guy who's supposed to be the voice, a voice of reason in the political sphere, you've lost all credibility to me. I'm sorry. And then this on top of that, it's just, he's cooked. He's fucking cooked. Even with before this came out, I think that this was eventually going to come out irregardless. I mean, the dude was gooning too close to the sun. I've already said that. He was being a fucking cum falcon, so it was eventually going to hit the scene. It just sucks that he pushed it out before doing the due diligence and actually getting his ducks in a row.
Be a thing. So
it sounds like he's getting excited over the idea of Pixie killing herself and it ending Destiny's career. This dude sounds like a psychopath. In fact, during his call with Nick, he gives a hypothetical saying as much.
Here's the thing. Let's assume I was a psychopath, and I'm not. Okay, somebody saying these things would be enough to.
Well, who the fuck starts a sentence like that? Assuming I'm if I was a psychopath, what the fuck? Why would you start a sentence like that? Well, you're in the context of talking about a person who might end it all, dude. Might go rope neck swinging. You're just like, oh, but what if she did it? And imagine how good that would be for my coverage of owning Destiny. What, you want somebody to just go fucking for a neck rope swing? Just go fucking jump roping by their neck just so that you can destroy another micro celebrity? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
To deter me. Let's assume I was a psychopath. Let's assume I published this.
President Sunday talks with Nick. They both agree that going live without the victim's consent is a bad idea, and President Sunday does it anyway. Actual psychopath behavior. President Sunday's justification for this was that Pixie was engaging in extortion against Destiny.
Fortunately, Pixie did the worst thing that someone in her position could do. Rather than seek legal recourse or make a public statement denouncing the violation of her consent and dignity that these leaks represented, she seems to have ultimately chosen to try and profit from the situation by extorting Destiny.
I don't understand how Pixie discussing what her next step is or what the correct form of punishment should be equaling extortion, because that's how most civil cases start. Destiny even says in a statement on Reddit that Pixie at no point made a specific or explicit request for compensation. So I asked President Sunday, did you talk to a lawyer, or is this just your layman interpretation of the law? Because let's be real, I don't think there's any way she gets charged for this. President Sunday says, yes, I spoke with lawyers I know. You know what their answer was? Obviously. I asked, can you link me to the statement from the lawyer you spoke with, saying these DMs count as extortion? And he says they were IRL conversations, so no. So I asked who the lawyer was because I would love to confirm this, and he replies, it's someone I know. Go find your own lawyer. It's so obvious to me that he's lying. You're telling me that you talked to a lawyer but didn't get any on-the-record statement for your video? Sure. To confirm it even farther, President Sunday did a stream leaking all of our DMs. His editor Kilo came forward exposing that President Sunday never talked to a lawyer.
He claims he's consulted lawyers about this.
Bro, this is way better than President Sunday's fucking avatar. I'm sorry, look how fucking cool this is. You can the silhouette, but it's still got the facial details. Oh, this is sick, bro. This is anime fucking awesomeness. I'm sorry, I'm gooning a little bit over an avatar, but come on, that's sick.
Originally, he told me, Kilo, you're not a lawyer. I was raised by one and took law courses in university. But then when he was talking to Aiko, she asked if he spoke to lawyers, and he said, I spoke to people who know lawyers.
Who did you speak to?
Several people I can't name, but just
lawyers,
trust me on this.
Lawyers.
People who know lawyers.
But then, when he was talking with Willie Mack, he said he spoke directly.
Bro, he had trust me, bro, lawyers. He had trust me, bro, lawyers. He went to an alley. He asked a homeless person, yo, do you think it'd be cool if I dropped this video? And the guy was like, give me some crack. And the guy was like, okay, here's some crack. Are you a lawyer? I'll be whatever you want for $5 and more crack. And he was like, okay, here's more crack and $5. Do you think it's cool if I drop this video? Yeah, I'll do whatever you want, buddy.
2 lawyers, but won't mention who.
So Sunday is just lying to make the victim seem like a bad guy so he doesn't look insane for making his video.
Beckett of Krabs, myself, and President Sunday sat down to present evidence, put together a timeline, and establish what the mission of the project was. I was a little anxious, but also excited to learn what President Sunday had, and I wanted to find out what the justification was for coming out with the story, the nuke.
but we started the meeting.
Oh my god, I made a joke. I made a joke at the beginning of the stream about it being the Destiny nuke, dude. About it being the Destiny nuke, and the dude literally called it the fucking Destiny nuke. Let's go. Dude was so fucking egotistical about this shit. Bro, Destiny going too close to the sun? This dude spread his ass cheeks for the sun while getting up there, bro.
Only about 10 minutes, I interjected. Sunday didn't have a nuke. I'm not even sure Beckett had much of anything. And the only real reason for publishing that was given to me was that because Pixie was supposedly trying to extort Destiny, she was somehow implicated in the cover-up efforts by Destiny and his associates, and therefore had forsaken her right to privacy? Or something like that? I don't know.
Sunday does every stream in front of a wall of books, draws himself sitting on a pile of books. He's so knowledgeable, repeatedly calling me stupid in DMs for asking straightforward questions. Meanwhile, he's comfortable just making things up because he's above saying, I don't know, or I could be in the wrong. The dumbest people I talk to seem to think they're geniuses. Just a pattern I'm recognizing. He's lying about being an...
Here's the thing, too. I want to say something on the terms of people thinking they're smarter than everybody else. You are never smarter than everyone else. You will never be smarter than everyone else. You will never be the smartest person in the room. If you think you're the smartest person in the room, chances are you usually are the dumbest person in the room. You are an absolute fucking gooner dipshit. You should always go into every situation willing to hear a perspective, learn a new perspective, or learn something. You are never smarter than everybody else in the realms. Doesn't matter how many fucking books you have on your bookshelf. It doesn't matter how many times you've listened to NPR radio. You are never the smartest person in the room. There is always more for you to learn. There's always knowledge to be obtained. Don't ever act entitled because you think you're smart. It comes off as douchey and it makes you a piece of shit.
Intellectual the same way he lied about talking to a lawyer. I'm not convinced he could read Dr. Seuss. He's malicious. He's acted like a psychopath. He outed a victim's story when she was working on the court case. Slandered her.
An American citizen who finds themselves a victim of revenge pornography has several valid actions they can take. Let's go over 3. First, they can seek legal recourse. Second, they may make a public statement denouncing the person who leaked the materials and violated their consent. And in fact, this can be done in conjunction with the first option I mentioned. And finally, they can choose to do nothing. They can stay silent and hope that it all blows over. And this is their right. But Pixie did not do any of these.
She was in the middle of doing the first 2 things, and then you robbed her of the third. But yeah, keep acting like the good guy. He's the type of person I hope never becomes a successful YouTuber. If you're a victim, why would you ever want to share your story? He's shown it's going to leak, then people you've never talked to are going to publicize it. You will be vilified by them because they don't care about you or your legal case at all. If I had any advice for Sunday, it would be to apologize to Pixie and the victims, not just post a pinned comment half backtracking what you're saying. Also shower, get a haircut, go outside. You aren't mature enough to cover these sort of things if you don't.
Bro, I love that his picture makes him look so clean, bro, and then you actually see this fucking dweeb, and he's just all fucking like fat and cringy, bro. I can't find the area, but he's just all fat and cringy. I mean, I'm fat and cringy, and I look fat and cringy, and I am fat and cringy, and I'm completely fucking fine with that. I make jokes about it. But dude, this is the problem with people who make this intellectual bounds in their head. They see themselves like this. They see themselves like this, and what in reality what they are just fucking bottom dwellers, dude. They're living in the sewer. They're having sex with alligators, and then they're yelling up at the street of normal people that they're smarter than them, and it's like, bro, I have a house. What the fuck are you talking about living in the sewer?
Don't have basic hygiene. The video made by Sunday's former editor details the clown show that was this investigation. It's the most comedic tragedy I've ever watched.
With all due respect, I'm not sure you think you know what you're saying when you say you have to, because when you
I didn't say have to. I didn't say that. You said that. I said you have an expectation, and you said, well, I don't have to do that. And I'm not saying you have to do anything. I'm saying there's an expectation that you do this thing. When you're communicating with someone in private, they're expecting that you're not going to show that to other people without asking them first.
Okay, but if they're asleep, they're not expecting, are they?
If they're asleep?
They're asleep, yeah. If people are asleep, they're not expecting anything. They're kind of just out, right?
Bro, I'm sorry, but like the voices are pretty good.
Are you trolling me right now?
No, I'm actually making
this guy's voice is really good.
A serious point.
The conversations he had with his editor are psychotic.
Why the f are you adding extra risks to this? We're already in enough danger as is.
You think we're in danger? I don't think
we are in tremendous danger. So you don't think, for example, if you said something that was able to be effectively spun by someone like Nick DeOrio that managed to get some traction that cast aspersions on my entire channel, that income plummeted, so I can't pay you. That doesn't affect you?
It's about me. How does this affect Sunday? How can I
Yeah, dude, even though the other guy kind of has like a more nasally voice, I think that he can make YouTube content just fine. He doesn't need President Sunday. He can go out and do this shit. Go out and do it, bro. Like, if you're already editing President Sunday's video, you can fucking do it. Just go fucking do it. I know a lot of these people are like, oh, I edit, I do this. Just go fucking make your own videos. Start building your channel and then dip the fuck out of these toxic individuals.
Manipulate my editor into staying quiet. I also talked to Beckett, who worked somewhat with Sunday and dropped his video on the same day. Now, his wasn't nearly as bad, but he still went forward with the video knowing only secondhand information. Really third-hand because he's getting it from Sunday.
Recognize you're getting your information secondhand. At any point, did you try to reach out to Pixie?
No. But to be clear, this was a very brief period, a couple of days. I clearly did want to reach out to people. There was actually a conversation where I wanted to reach out to Lonerbox. Because I don't know Pixie.
But why did you reach out to Lonerbox?
I didn't. But but that's partly because of what Loner had just done on the stream. I think that's a mistake, by the way. I'll own that mistake. But I obviously wanted to reach out to people. For instance, I went to FPS Diesel for an optics check on the DMs and what he thought. I was reaching out to Nick.
Nick and Diesel, no less than Beckett and Sunday. What does going to them do? Realize why I'm so...
Yeah, dude, this is so fucking stupid. Like, the thing about this guy is he got this information, thought it'd be cool to make a video. I can completely see where he's at. He's like, oh, this is cool. I got this information. I'll make the video. They're making it sound like it's public, and this is all this information. It seems like he's looking at it with dollar signs in his eyes, thinking this is gonna be fucking awesome. And all of a sudden, he's like, oh, well, I'm gonna release my video on Sunday, well, I'm saying that because the guy's name is President Sunday. And he's like, fuck, well, I better get my video out. And he did an optics check with 2 other people, got an okay, wasn't as disingenuous about it, and he's still thrown under the bus now because he listened to a fucking retard.
Critical though of you and Sunday, because hold on, you're telling me though that this was done over a couple of days. You didn't bother to reach out to Lonerbox or Pixie, and you guys went for the story anyway. How did you even get the draft? Was that from Aaron too?
Sorry, get the
draft of like Pixie's draft statement.
Yeah, I showed that in the DMs. Yeah.
So you guys have a draft from her. It seems like she's going to come out in some way because she has a fucking written draft. Like, it just seems, it blows my mind, man. Like, you've been somebody where I've been told over and over again, nah, dude, Copenseed is great. He does great videos, takes a lot of care with them. And it's like, to me, I look at this and I'm like, I cannot believe, it just seems like such a selfish story.
Well, hold on. Let me be clear. I don't think selfish is that. I think I can take a lot of criticism. I think there are issues there. But I don't think selfish is fair.
In what way is that not selfish?
Well, because I didn't do this to get clout or money or like acclaim. I thought this was going to end my fucking channel. Sunday was going to release a video. I thought, I know Sunday, and I thought what needed to be done at the same time was painting a picture of what happened behind the scenes to explain why so many people had these DMs. What I needed was Sunday's DMs with Straighterade. I didn't expect this to be a video where I'd get like pats on the back.
Again, why you think it would damage you?
What, the video?
Yeah, before you made it.
Because I recognized that once these were coming out, the people who were releasing them would get rightfully a fair amount of criticism for doing so.
Then why
but
would
I
you
also
release it?
Because, well, for some, I've said publicly as well, if Sunday wasn't releasing his video, I wouldn't have released the same video. I probably wouldn't have acted in the same way. But Sunday looked at these are coming out. He wants to talk about it. Well, okay. It needs a companion piece.
So because he is...
Oh, shit. So, yeah, it's kind of what I said, but not what I said. He definitely knew that President Sunday was doing it, found out he was releasing the video, had already talked to him, thought it would be cool to make a companion piece. This is fucking selfish. I don't know any other way to describe this other than fucking selfish. I was giving him a little bit of a leg because, like, maybe he had already seen, like, because he's talking about already seeing the other DMs, but it still looks fucking atrocious.
Jumping off of a bridge. You're doing it too, dude? Oh, man.
Well, like, and again, that's what I'm saying. It's, something I expected to do damage to me.
See, he's doing that thing I don't like that interviewers do, where he's waiting for the WEF to fuck up. He's overreacting to it because he knows he's gonna make this into contact. I think this is a bad look for Willie Mack. This isn't just a Willie Mack thing either. This is like anybody who's interviewing anybody where they're waiting for the what the fuck moment. They're waiting for the what the instead of just listening. And that's something I've always appreciated. And Turkey Thomas has gotten some shit for being a little bit too lax on shit, but he's trying to get his clippable moment, and I don't know, it comes off kind of cringe, especially with him doing the hands and the whatever and the drama, and oh my god, and it's like, dude, just let him spin his little weave, ask the poignant questions, and quit trying to trap him, and just let him dig his own hole.
But also, what was the other option? Lie about it?
No, the other option is to do what
hold
literally everybody else did, and you just wait, let everybody else shoot themselves in the foot if he's going to be reckless with the victim and her claims and hijack her story. Like, you realize she was talking to lawyers during this, and they're gathering information. Fucking crazy.
Listen, I'm on many levels, I'm with you. And I think one of my constant comments through this is, how does this reach me? I am like 5th person down the chain. How does this reach me with no one doing any of that?
Again, just makes me go, like, how were you the person to feel like you should make that video?
Because I thought it was such a fucking mess that at least I could make an uneditorialized.
Yours, I don't think was as bad, but just the premise of this whole thing, when I talk to everybody, it's just...
I think it is a mess.
Beckett is the only person I talked to that acknowledged wrongdoing and said he would go about things differently in the future. Takeaway seems to be what I think is the most important thing, and that's that you have to reach out to Pixie. You got to make clear, or Lonerbox, and you got to make clear of like, hey, this is what I know. This is the story I'm thinking of running. I want to know, like, what's going on with this? Are you guys pursuing anything? And then they could go ahead and like give you the guidelines to it. Like, hey, look, we're talking legally. We'd rather this not come out.
Yeah, like, again, I'm not defending every part of this, and I don't want to. I mean, this is how I started the call, right?
Which is more than any other person I talked to. He became very critical of himself, especially as things moved off the record. I respect him for that.
When I met you, I admit my first thoughts was a trick. You look so good, huh? I suck on your daddy's dick.
Every day that passes, the drama gets more hilarious. Destiny and Hassan are watching each other's content nukes while refusing to view their own. I get he's going through a legal case, but at some point he needs to address that video. During my off-the-record conversation,
yeah, I haven't seen that other video,
with Beckett, he asked me a pointed question. When would you associate with Destiny again? If he was part of some drama as a side character and I interviewed him, I would do it then, but I don't think I could just go hang on his podcast anymore. Destiny and I were not friends. However, I have a lot of respect for him. He's the only major creator in the political space that I have covered that actually looks stuff up, reads first-hand information, and directly engages with his critics. That may seem like a low bar, but it's rare. He's somebody that has always demanded accountability from others, but right now when he's objectively in the wrong, he's not taking any of it. He's calling Nick a hypocrite for saying innocent until proven guilty with Ethan, but not treating himself that way. Nick then makes very clear, you shared Pixie's intimate videos with a random 19-year-old OnlyFans model, and then posted logs where you admitted to severely damaging her, and he links the messages of Destiny doing just that. I'm the kind of person that could forgive anyone for about anything, but there needs to be remorse, and he's obviously not there yet. His coworkers cover for him saying he is, but I don't see it. I don't see how anyone could take him seriously until then. I also want to emphasize how good—
But here's the thing about him looking things up, right? He might look things up, but he also might be looking up things that only support his opinions. Now, I don't watch Destiny completely, but I do know that watching him go through every drama he goes through, he's the victim in it, and he will use whatever information's on hand that he can find that can support his cause, and then he will browbeat people into the absolute dirt. He will fucking shove his dick into the dirt on top of them and just fuck the shit out of it because he thinks he's getting his W. That is something Destiny has done over and over again, and he's proven that he will do that. He's proven that he will browbeat people to the absolute lengths that he can browbeat them. I don't understand why people have always given him such a pass just because, like, he sometimes comes off as honest because he looks shit up. It is such a disingenuous thing for me. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that I agree. A lot of these political people, even when they're covering stuff that I think is funny and I'm just here to enjoy it, it's still like, yeah, these people have an agenda. They have an agenda. This is something that people criticized me when I was covering Hassan, right? They criticized me because it's like, oh, well, you don't know all the facts about the situation or whatever. Yeah, dude, I'm just here to watch the downfalls, and I'm not going to sit here and listen to every political point every time. I'm here to make fun of the people. And it's something that I notice that anytime anybody's like gets intertwined with watching these political guys and becomes a part of their audience, they think that they need to defend them. And you don't need to defend these fucking people. These are people that you watch. This is like fucking if Key and Peele decided that they were gonna like bang each other's assholes and then like force everybody at the office to watch it. It's like, yeah, dude, I enjoyed their comedy, but that doesn't mean I sign off on them as a person. And I feel like a lot of people need to take that approach to all entertainment. entertainment, like you might have, like even when you're watching me, you might really enjoy me. You might think that when I make the right sex joke, it's the funniest thing in the world, or you like that I still say retarded or something like that. But that doesn't mean that everything that I do, you should sign off on. That's weird, dude. That's fucking weird. And I think that a lot of people, just because they see somebody that supports their ideology, they buy everything that they say, and I think that is dumb. You should do your own research. You shouldn't wait on somebody else to do research. It's just, and that's the problem I think a lot of even creators fall into with being friends with like a lot of these political guys, because they're waiting for, they're letting them do the research for them, and that's stupid. And I'm not saying Willie Mack does that. I'm just saying that covering it there to make it seem like he's never lied about political stuff, when I'm sure that there's an ample amount of times he's lied to further his point. Or not lied, but misinterpreted or misrepresented information to make his side look better.
Video was by President Sunday's former editor Kilo. He actively tried to correct the record, and his video has very few views. He gave up money to try and do the right thing, and I think that should be acknowledged. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel, and shout out to the homies over on Patreon. Crimson Glad.
Yeah, it was a great video. I really like Willie Mack. I always think he does a really good job of covering situations. I think that he did I think he did kind of a I think the two critiques I have is, one, giving him credit for being the only political person that researches stuff, or one of the only ones, I think is kind of disingenuous. Just because I think that all these political guys are going to research whatever covers their point. They're always going to try to look up information and try to get the right facts that support their cause and whatever their agenda is. And that's all sides. That's not just Destiny. That's any of these political talking heads. And I think that's a problem. Also, another thing that I think that is really crucial is the interview section. When he was interviewing Cope and Seeth, I think he really was waiting for that "I got you" moment and was overreacting for the entertainment value, which I get, but also it makes it, to me as a viewer, like as a viewer or somebody reacting to this, even just offhand, and these aren't bad critiques, but even as just somebody that's looking at this, is like, yeah, dude, you were looking for that thing to make, you were trying to further your agenda in making your video, while critiquing somebody else for furthering their agenda to make their video. It came off disingenuous, and I think it kind of hurts your points that you were trying to get at about getting their consent in something, because you're filming this guy and trying to make it look like you're trying to get content. You're trying to get extra content out of it through your actions. I don't know. It just came off really weird. It made me kind of, I don't like that. I don't like it. It looks like you're trying to fucking get that own, and then you're giving him credit in the background for taking accountability while making him look like a complete asshole with your overacting. I don't know, but yeah, dude, that's Destiny gets destroyed, confronted on his crimes. I think that this was a good video. I like that it broke down everything. It had some stuff that I wanted to address, and it did it for me, which is great, which means that I don't have to fucking, I don't know. I made my video on it then. I've reacted to the right thing, I guess. Because my first commentary reaction was on that other one. Now I got this one to kind of cover the bases, and yeah, that was good. That was good. Let's move on. So I saw this from Asmongold, right? I saw I can't do this anymore. I'm kind of curious. I've seen a lot of weird videos about I can't do this anymore, I'm done, or some of them are about quitting or whatever. I don't know what this is about. I'm sure he's going to tell me, so we better just get into this one. Let's see what the Roach King's up to.
For the past about 6 months or so, I have had to endure a relentless amount of personal attacks, lies, and misrepresentations that are intentionally disingenuous in order to align me with beliefs that I've actively spoken out against. This is another instance of people trying to paint me as a Nazi. Now, this is a very, very, in my opinion, an extreme accusation to make. This is a crazy accusation to make. So anyway, I'll read the first post here, and this is Asmon asserts that Nazis burned down the Magnus Hirschfeld Institute of Sexology in 1933, not because it was a safe space for queer people, but because it was written in Jewish, not German. That's actually not what I was talking about. This person's just actually completely wrong. I was talking about the book burnings. So this is what I said in the clip.
Let us remember that the Nazis burned the book.
Dude, this is, I hate when people will find somebody that they don't like, and then they call them a Nazi. I'm sorry. Just because somebody is like a different political different political zone than you, like just instantly fucking call them a Nazi. Now, I've used it in the past as kind of like a humorous jab, especially when I've been talking about people like Hassan or I guess Destiny or whatever, and mostly Hassan. But when they're like, oh dude, our Demis, Denims, fucking Jean bitch, titty Jean bitch, whatever her name is, where they're like, oh yeah, we should like education camps and we should censor speech and stuff. I'm like, oh no, looks like you're being the fascist, because it's ironic because they call everybody else Nazis. I've used it in that context, but just to call somebody a Nazi because you don't agree with them is so fucking cringe. It's so pathetic, and it diminishes the power of that connotation, because there are white supremacists out there. There are fucking weirdo neo-Nazis that have no life and they just want to fucking goon to, I don't know, like, well, what is a Nazi goon to? What was the bitch that hung out with Hitler? They just have pictures of her in their house and they're just jerking it 24/7. I mean, like, it diminishes those people, the horror, or the how horrible those people are, just to make everybody seem like a Nazi. I hate it as an insult.
Books that the Nazis burned, books on gender sciences.
They did do that. Like, my understanding is that they burned them not because it was gender stuff, but because it was written in Jewish and not German. Which was me misspeaking. I meant Hebrew. It was like a retaking of German.
Yeah, Jewish. Yeah, do you know how to write in the critically acclaimed language that is Jewish? It's Hebrew, bro. I love that. I mean, we all misspeak when we're streaming. A lot of people don't understand when you take clips like this out of a stream. It's like, dude, we're talking into the void. We're talking into nothing. It's just free fucking thought flows, dude. We're thought gooning in the atmosphere. We're spraying ropes out of our dick with our mind.
Germany for Germans. That was like the uprising of the Nazis. Right. A retaking of Germany for Germans. They also burned porn. Yeah, they burned a lot of stuff. And I wish people like this. It's disappointing that you can't have genuine conversations because people try to just like kind of, handpick facts and like not talk about things in an honest way. This is the kind of stuff that people try to take out of context where like they're saying, oh, Asmund thinks that it wasn't. It's actually because I'm trying to discuss the actual real extent of it, and the true extent of it is much worse than what's being communicated.
Also for context, and this is going to be extremely important for the rest of the video, people are mainly trying to get Asmund banned because of chat's reaction following this clip. We meticulously went back to check, and every single one of these chatters were banned, and they were banned days before this tweet was even made.
These bad actors were banned days before any of this drama happened. Now, this is a person, I actually didn't know who this was. So this is the same person who's trying to get me in trouble on Twitch. Let's listen to what they had to say about everybody's favorite commentator, Destiny.
Dude, and this is the thing too. I have to say this. It's so annoying when people are like, oh, but like his chat says so much stuff. It's like, yeah, dude, you can only do so much with your chat. It's honestly like, you sit here like, I believe in free speech, but then you have to over moderate your chat. It's like, yeah, dude, sometimes chat can be fucking wild. I've even had, if you go back through my live streams, yeah, I've had times where I've been just sitting there arguing with my chat over like them just deciding that somebody was better, and I was critiquing somebody that they fucking liked, so they wanted to shoot as much semen on my lip as they possibly could get out of their fucking penis, or they wanted to spray as much out of their vaginal fluid as they could possibly spray. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that it's like, I think forcing streamers to over moderate their chat is such a fucking hell. Like, especially if you don't have like moderators, or you're like getting up, it's like, oh, so I have to hire these people, I have to get moderators, I have to do this in order for me not to get banned because somebody was fucking wilding it out. Like, come on, dude.
Hey, the guy who said it was on site at TwitchCon if he saw Destiny.
What if I want the satisfaction?
I mean, listen.
Yes.
All I'm saying is on site, you know.
So we have on screen two radical political activists, which is probably the most kind way that I can categorize these two individuals, that are arguing between which of them is going to be able to beat up Destiny when they're at TwitchCon. And they're openly doing this on Twitch. The point that I'm making is that these are people who are advocating for violence on a regular basis, and this is something that happened, again, this was earlier this month. This is the same person who, as a response to a video about a CEO,
Dude, why are these fucking extreme leftists who are all very against owning guns posting videos of how to make guns to assassinate people they don't like? Like, what is this? Is this like the new fucking trend for weirdo extremists? They're like, oh well, we don't like this person, so here's the way that the dude got assassinated in Japan. What the fuck is this, dude? Why are these guys so fucking... And if they talk about, like, gun violence or whatever, they're, oh, dude, we gotta ban all guns. But then they're showing you how to make fucking guns. This is wild hypocrisy, and this is also wildly disgusting.
A picture right here of the gun that was used to kill Shinzo Abe. So this is a person that not only is advocating for violence against other streamers, but they're advocating for violence against other people in general. This should not be tolerated in any capacity. If you are advocating for or promoting the use of violence against people in a non-self-defensive way, I think you should get banned. These are the people who are...
Well, and I want to go on a little tangent here. This is funny because I love that like these people have the hypocrisy, right? Of, oh, well... just make a gun and kill the guy. I'm not saying it, dude. I'm just showing a meme or whatever. But they're also the type of person that will make like a long, like, oh, these racist rednecks just want to keep their guns or whatever. And it's like, dude, like, you were advocating like a week ago about building guns to assassinate a person. And it's also, it also kind of funny because whenever they're like, oh, if you ban all guns, it'll be good. Like, and what's funny about this is just look at that. Look at what you're promoting to show that guns will always exist, because it's not actually the gun that's most dangerous. It's the projectile inside the gun. And it's just so funny to me. And they're like, oh, well, 3D printed guns, like, are bad or whatever. But then they want people to duct tape fucking boards together to create an assassination weapon. Fucking cringe, bro.
And by the way, I wasn't even talking about burning down the Institute. I was talking about the book burning. So you didn't even listen to the clip. You're talking about something totally different. And so these are people who have been on a concerted effort to misrepresent me on a regular basis, while at the same time allowing and facilitating and promoting political violence. This is something that is guaranteed 100% against the terms of service. We'll go over, of course, obviously, Hassan also had to chirp about this as well. He was not happy about it.
It's a bit of a like, my understanding is that they burned them not because it was gender stuff, but because it was written in Jewish and not German.
I love that he said written in Jewish. It's so funny, dude. Dude, yeah, only person who can understand this writing is Ben Shapiro. I hate that fucking pompous, like, I don't know, dude. It just comes off as a title douchebag. I hate that shit.
He's not happy. He's not happy.
There is literally no reason to fucking go to school, study political science, spend years and years of trying to understand how politics works, the importance of learning history. I'm not an elitist by any means. I think anybody can do this.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You were definitely an elitist. That all was elitism, like, humor. That was all fucking ironic elitist humor. All of it, dude. It was all pretentious bullshit, dude. That was pretentious fucking jizz walking, bro.
This is a fucking silly ass job.
But
it is just crazy that, like, what is declared good enough in terms of political commentary on the right-wing side of things. That's crazy. Number one.
But here's the thing, dude. I don't think Asmon's ever been right-wing. I think he was a Bernie bro. They got sick of the fucking left-wing, like, shitting on Bernie. Got sick of the political, like, the political system that was in there, and also got sick of all the woke shit. It was like, oh, I hate that the government's, like, so bad. And, like, okay, well, how do we fix the government? Well, there's a guy who wants to fix the government. And that's how, I think that's what led him to being more right-wing or whatever. But I've always kind of seen Asmon as more of a centrist, and I think he's now kind of, like, I don't think I see him as, like, this weird political guy. I just see him as a gaming guy that covers politics sometimes and says, like, stupid shit on the internet. And I think Hassan just is annoyed that there's somebody else out there that's like a political person that also doesn't believe they're the smartest person in the room. I mean, we already have enough. There's already enough fucking people to do that. There's you, there's Destiny, there's Steven Crowder, there's Ben Shapiro. We have enough of these fucking weird, like, hard right people that are not hard right, like hardcore political people. It's kind of nice to see your average fucking Joe have an opinion on shit that's not overly, I don't know. I'm not saying that I watch Asmon for his political takes. I'm just saying that I can understand the appeal behind it because it's your average fucking Joe. It's not some dude that spends all day every day for the last 20 years sucking the dick of political commentary. He's just somebody that's like, oh yeah, I'm your average fucking weirdo on the internet who has an opinion, which is what all these other guys are, but behind the sheen of them being entitled douchewagons.
One political commentator on the platform still.
Hassan is really getting upset about this #1 political commentator on the platform. Hassan is the #1 political commentator on the platform. I cover some political issues. Hassan only covers political issues. I've never said that. I've never insinuated that. Now, if he's mad that the videos that I do get more views or something, that's fine. That's okay.
It is pretty crazy that Asmon go watch that fucking Ethan Klein video, and then
he's unhappy that I watched the.
Dude, this is the whole thing too. It's so funny, and the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure Asmon has covered for Hassan a few times about him moderating his chat and like getting clipped out of context, and I'm pretty sure this dude has talked on his side a few times. He's also been critical of him, but the thing about these fucking weird political weirdos and people that have this elitism is once you say anything bad about them, they're gonna lump you in with all their detractors because they have such an overinflated ego. It's fucking blatant narcissism.
Content nuke video. Now, I understand why he's unhappy. I think that if I was him, I would also be unhappy.
His chat kept coming in here to be like, you're an anti-Semitic terrorism lover. You should be banned. Why aren't you banned yet? Meanwhile,
I mean, to be fair, Hassan, you have been very positive towards people who are on the national terror list. I mean, you have been. Like, this is a fact. Like, this isn't a debatable reality. You interviewed a terrorist, and I defended you interviewing the terrorist. I even defended you with that. I said it's okay because I want people to be able to talk to people. But I didn't.
And I would agree with that. I would agree with that. My problem was never that he interviewed the terrorist. I will never stand on that position that it was okay or that he can't interview terrorists. My problem was that he went in saying that he was going to be a journalist and then showed no journalistic integrity and just glazed the fuck out of the guy. And that's the problem with a lot of journalists right now is they're not being actual journalists. They're just glazing whoever will make them politically expedient. Or, I mean, you see it in games journalists all the time where they're willing to suck the fuck off EA or Ubisoft on any slop they put out just because it's like, well, it was so brave. It was so, like, it hit all the right boxes. We need to give Veilguard a 9 out of 10 because it decided to stand up against trans issues. It's like, yeah, but it's a bad fucking game. Well, why aren't we talking about the fact that it was an absolute cum falcon excuse for a fucking game? Well, it slapped 0 clit. Why the fuck are we defending this? Why are you giving it a fucking, like, 9 out of 10 when you give, like, other shit, like a sneeze butthole stump of a score? What are we talking about here? This is my problem. It's like they're too busy trying to get the big studios to give them suck-off jobs, and these guys are too busy trying to get the right fucking people to look at them the right way than actually doing fucking journalism. Like, you should have asked more poignant questions. You should have tried to go in it a little bit more impartial. That's what a journalist should fucking do. Now, that's where I have the problem. I hate when people are like, oh, and Hassan's one of these people. Oh, you platform so-and-so. Oh, you platformed blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up, dude. If they want to have a conversation with anybody, they should be allowed to. That doesn't mean you associate with that person. That just means that you're willing to have a critical conversation with another individual and get to the point of the problem. That's called journalism. You sometimes have to talk to controversial people to be able to get the actual truth into the world. That doesn't mean you fucking glaze them. That's where it becomes platforming.
see the whole thing, and I didn't realize you glazed him that hard. You didn't have to do that.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. I'm a journalist. Does he know what One Piece is?
He's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way! We love you too, man.
I love you. I love you so much.
It's crazy.
This fucking chat's going based Nazis. But hey, no, wait. That's what a lot of my naysayers wanted, though. They wanted someone.
Now, I'm not going to bring up the point when Ethan was getting attacked in Hassan's chat, and then Hassan said he couldn't control everybody saying things in his chat. And now he's mad at me for not having every single person that's banned in my chat. I just find this to be ironic. I find it to be very ironic.
Well, thank God I'm here then. First point, every singular chatter that was spamming was banned days before the tweet was made. But of course Hassan didn't go back to check and just run with the story. Second point, Hassan had this to say after Ethan begged him to moderate his chat.
Do you care that your chat is calling me racist? Do you make any attempt to modify?
I have not looked at my chat.
Moderate that at all?
I have not looked at my chat at all, but you have
I just opened it, but don't you have moderators? Do you care at all about what your audience says about me?
There's 32,000 people in here right now. I can't stop people from viewing you a certain way.
One can only assume what chat might have been spamming when Twitch literally had to change the rules around the use of the word Zionist after it was paired with every derogatory term imaginable. This time he had most of the chat covered by Ethan's...
Jesus, bro. You see that? That's like... It's so funny because of the fact that they're pretending that there's just this hypocrisy. Everything that Hassan does and all these political diets do is latent everything in hypocrisy. And it's funny that he's weaponizing it against somebody. They're willing to weaponize anything against somebody else. It's rules for thee and not for me. It's just such bullshit behavior, dude.
Cam, let's check other times. This is a letter from a Columbia Jewish student denouncing harassment by other campus students and receiving no support.
I wonder why we recoiled when people screamed resist by any means, telling us that we are all inbred and that we have no culture. We shudder when an...
This is literally chat's immediate reaction after he said the Jewish students were being called inbreds.
On the way out, a pro-Hamas mob started chasing us, calling us in the middle of campus, calling us inbred, that we have no culture. One of them grabbed my friend's Israeli flag in the middle of campus, carried it to a mob by the gate that were communicating with the angry mobs.
Now you're probably thinking, but editor, surely Hassan banned all of these chatters, who coincidentally are all subs as well. Well, let's check, shall we? All right, first sub on top, Jedhug. Uh-oh. They were never banned, and he's still chatting to this day. Let's do another one, the Red Star. Big sub gifter as well. Nope, never banned for that either. What about Jordan, 3 years sub, and still going strong? What about Lund? Literally chatting while I'm making this video. Okay, I think I made my point clear. Back to you, Baldy.
And see this.
Yeah, see, this is all the over the top hypocrisy is just blatant. It's just like the rules for me and not for thee thing has been a problem for a very, very long time, and it's just funny how. I don't know, it's just funny how these fucking guys can, like, pretend that it's not a thing and that they're not as bad as everybody else when all they have to do is take 2 seconds and look, or somebody has to get, like, 2 seconds of clip footage of them in the past being an absolute fucking idiot, or by making the same excuse. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's like, I will stand on the point that not everybody has the ability to moderate their chat, and I in the Hassan video, I say that. I do not hold him accountable for not moderating his chat because I think it's fucking dumb to be able to have your audience under lock and key. I think it's an absolute fucking dumb thing, dude. I will stand by that. And I'm not even a big Hassan fan. I'm a very critical person of him, as a matter of fact. But I hate this idea that everybody has to be beholden to their fans or be beholden to their chat. It's dumb. It's absolutely fucking brain rot. You are not your audience.
This is the difference between a lot of the other extremism on Twitch and the extremism that's on my platform. The difference between extremism in my chat and extremism in other people's chat is that in my chat, people actually do get banned for it. Me saying that these books were burned not because they were about gender specifically, but just because...
Bro, Asmongold bans a fucking lot of people. I've listened to a couple Asmongold videos, and it seems like he bans people who just are like being fucking annoying, which I try not to do that. I work really hard not to, and it's resulted in me getting in arguments with my chat on stream. But at the end of the day, dude, it's like he's like pretty ban heavy. I thought this was a very known thing.
As they were non-German. Why don't we look it up and why don't we find out for ourselves? How about we watch the video from the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum? Do we think this is maybe a good, is this maybe a good source?
In 1933, in April, Nazi German students decided to organize a nationwide book burning program to eliminate foreign influence, to purify German culture as they saw it.
That's right.
So you have committees of students.
So this is exactly what I said.
Meeting with professors together, deciding what categories of books in these university libraries.
Let's get to the categories.
Would count as un-German. They didn't see themselves as suppressing.
Un-German. Let's go back and watch the original clip.
And it was like a retaking of Germany for Germans. That was. This is again my source for this is the Holocaust Museum of the United States.
In each German university city, 34 of them in all, thousands of people gathered together at a public place in which books that had been confiscated.
Dude, and I remember this is something that I was when I was a kid, and they were like the religious people were burning Harry Potter books, and I'm like, you guys are all fucking retarded. You're all fucking retarded. And this is why I've always been from the position that I will always stand with freedom of speech. I think it's very, very important, and I don't want to stand any of this zealotry. And this is when like I saw that the left was like banning books like To Kill a Mockingbird and shit. I was like, this is fucking bad. And there is like where I don't agree with the right when they're like, oh, we need to pull all of the books out of the library that we disagree with. It's like, okay, yeah, I don't agree with that either. There is a point where it's like too much, like not even sexually restrained. I think that it should be up to the school to know which age category should be allowed for kids. I think that should be something that a school should be like, okay, listen, I'm not going to let you check out the sexual exploits of Destiny and his gooners because you're in 3rd grade. Let's fucking sit back down, you fucking weird degenerate. You're gonna read Calvin and Hobbes. Read some fucking Calvin and Hobbes and stop trying to read about Destiny's goon sprees. I do think that there needs to be some overlook, but I don't think we should be pulling out all these books that people have disagreements with, even if it doesn't belong to an ideology you like. Like, you might not like that there's books about trans stuff. And I think that those books should have like a grade rating on them saying, oh, well, before this age, you probably shouldn't read this. And I think the school should adhere to that. But to pull it out of the library completely, I think goes to kind of against free speech, and I don't like that.
Either by the students themselves, often with the help of police, were brought and dumped in a pile. Student leaders exhorted their followers and the listening crowds to swear an oath by the fire to destroy and combat subversive and un-German literature.
It's like a retaking of Germany for Germans. That was like the uprising of the Nazis.
Sure. For the national treason against our soldiers in World War I, we're burning Hemingway's books.
Joseph
Hemingway. Wow. That doesn't seem like it's about gender at all.
It is amazing to me the variety of books that was
very big
burnt,
variety
on that night and thereafter.
Among the authors whose books were burned were Ernest Hemingway, both Mann brothers, Thomas and Heinrich.
There's the German writer, Erich Maria Remarque, who wrote the famous book All Quiet on the Western Front.
Another gender ideology book. And then also Hassan would probably, I don't know if Hassan knows this or not, Hassan would be very upset to hear this. They also burned some of Karl Marx. They burned Lenin. They burned Trotsky. They burned a lot of communist books as well. Yeah, not Marx. Yeah, they did. They got rid of them.
That they were all
Yeah, because they basically used the ideology of socialism to build up, but they also said that it was going to be German socialism. It was going to be their national socialism. So they had ideas from those books, but they believed that those books were anti-German. So they went in a whole fucking wackadoodle thing. And this is the thing that I think finds so fucking dumb, dude. Whenever I see people call somebody like him a Nazi, or they just like throw the term out Nazi so willy-nilly at any small little thing. It's like, dude, do you not understand at the size that it was going? Do you not understand all the fucking atrocities that happened? But yeah, dude, just some random streamer is a Nazi. Yeah, you're fucking retarded.
Considered dangerous by the Nazis.
Yes.
Reading about Anne Frank, they discover that they are that little girl, and that what happened to that little girl was a supreme act of injustice. And
This is, I mean, like, I guess maybe we won't make the Houthi joke.
I was gonna make the Houthi joke, dude. This is this is basically that Houthi guy that was stealing ships, dude. Basically the same person. I mean, was he hiding in floorboards and stuff, and his whole family killed? No, but like, here's the thing, dude. In order to survive, you gotta also steal ships and hold people hostage. And I mean, Anne Frank would have done the same thing. She would have held people hostage. What the fuck are we talking about? Make the comparison.
Like, man, it's really hard not to, isn't it? It's really hard not to.
It's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically. Okay, being able to talk to Anne Frank.
So they connect to
Yeah,
her.
dude, I forgot of all the famous pictures of Anne Frank running around with an AK-47, dude. I forgot about all those.
In a way that no political sermon or propaganda could effect. And for tyrants, control is the main thing. They don't like this unpredictability. They don't want the citizens to connect to the unknown parts of themselves, of their past, and to connect to the world.
So for a totalitarian...
That's, again, why people want to get me banned, too. It's because I talk about things in ways that people don't approve of, and so they want to destroy my platform and get me in trouble because they don't want me to be able to have a voice.
Yep.
That's the reason.
And this is the problem too. This is the problem. It's this idea that you should censor certain people's speech because you deem it violent or you deem it bad. It's like we live in freedom of speech and we have the idea to dispute ideals, and that's vehemently anti-Nazi. I don't understand how anybody could see it as any other way. I mean, the Nazis had one form of idea. If you spoke out against it, you would get like thrown in jail and shit. And that's like, why the fuck would you support the freedom or support the censorship of different expression? That is just vehemently fascist in ideology. I am a firm believer that I might critique Hassan all day, but I don't think he should lose his platform. And I've said it in the past about like how it's funny how he doesn't get banned and stuff, and he should get banned for that because it's more of me looking at the terms of service and things being affected equally. It's like, if this guy's gonna get a cum shower for his socialist takes, but this guy's gonna get put in front of a firing squad for his political takes, what the fuck do we have going on here? We have an inherent bias and an inherent push of one ideology that is vehemently anti-American. Like the idea is anti-American, and this over censorship is more Nazi styled. It isn't Nazi in general. It's just like, if we're talking about Nazis in the context of you're calling this guy a Nazi just because no reason whatsoever, but you want him kicked off the platform because you don't like his ideas and only your ideas should stand, that's more fascist, more of a fascist ideology. And I think that's something that people tend to overlook, and they're like, well, I don't like what he says, and what he says supports fascism in their mind. So then they want him kicked off for fascism when they're the ones actually acting in the fascism, if that makes sense. I mean, it's hard. It's a bold, or it's a big concept to wrap your head around. And I know that some shit's really, really hard and wet, and you want to suck it all down, but just suck down the fact that I'm right.
The only thing that they cannot put in jail or prevent from physically leaving is your mind, is your imagination. That cannot be captured.
Which is why freedom of speech is so important, and it's why I'm such a big advocate for it. Is because I know that the people who try to limit freedom of speech and they try to, put limits on it and stop people from saying certain things. When you live with your mind in a cage, that's only the beginning. It's never where it stops.
But the idea of freedom should be kept alive, even if it's between 2 people or 3 people. Talk about it.
Fucking based. Absolutely fucking based.
Think about it, live about it, and hope about it.
And so anyway, basically a clip of me discussing the fact that the Nazi book burnings were not exclusive to LGBT, but they were in fact for a lot of things that were anti-German culture and things that were involved with people being Jewish, communism, etc.
Well, and here's the problem. Here's something that I think is even getting missed here in this context. I mean, I understand that he's refuting all this stuff about this tweet and everything, but I think we also need to look at the fact that there's a lot of people incredibly misinformed because of the utilization of labeling everything as a Nazi. Everything's Nazi. Everything, this is Nazi. That is Nazi. So then they'll take one thing that the Nazis did and then misinterpret it to fit their cause. They will utilize it as a weapon to further their agenda. And I think that without some sort of pushback and to say that this is a miscategorization of what was actually happening, I think that that's important to have people talk out about this. And the fact that we're just like glazing over the fact that for so long there's been people propagating that anything that they disagree with is Nazism is so bad when there are fucking actual white supremacists out there, but we're just fucking willy-nilly labeling everything white supremacist is fucking retarded. It's absolutely some weird fucking come rain behavior,
etc. This is true, and my source for this is the Holocaust Museum. It's very sad, but one thing that I learned that I keep learning over and over is that when people can't win in the free marketplace of ideas, they have to resort to lies. The sad thing is none of them will acknowledge this and keep calling you a Nazi. Well, the thing is that all of the people that have done that, they've already completely gone hollow. There's nothing that I can do to bring them back from the psychosis that they've brought themselves into. But the best that I can do is to offer a measured and, to the best of my ability, educated perspective on why these things happen. What's being discussed here is how these topics and how these patterns are re-emerging in today's society. And I think that it's a very important component to this that this was done by primarily young people. Because it's really, in a lot of cases, the contemporary wisdom nowadays is that older people are more conservative and younger people are more liberal. But I think in cases of economic depression or...
Well, at the time, dude, you got to remember that it was a socialist movement that ran up. So all those people that are acting like it was like a hard right-wing ideals, it was... at the time pretty vehemently left-wing. I mean, there's people leaving Germany because they didn't like the idea of socialism in their country. I mean, it was a bunch of people who felt very disenfranchised. There's a bunch of workers and so socialism sounded like a very, very good idea to them, and that's how they got power. There is no ifs, ands, or buts around it. This is exactly what happened. It was socialism that won them that house. So there was if you want to go from the left wing, it was left wing in nature to begin with, and it then became fascism, which somehow becomes right wing. And there's this big circle of politics or whatever that you want to go into, but it started out socialist, and I don't understand why people tend to pretend that wasn't the case when it was. Just because they're the bad guys and you didn't like them, which you shouldn't like the Nazis because they were fucking awful, doesn't mean that every single group that you don't like is then like them. I see right-wing people talk about how the Nazis were socialists, and it's well, because they were. I mean, and I feel like there's a lot of context missed around these people by just labeling them as a far-right extremist group when it's I mean, there's more nuance to it than that. I think that there's a lot of historical context to what they were, other than trying to fit it into American politics, trying to make it make sense in American politics, which is fucking stupid. I'm sorry, it's fucking stupid. It's a whole different country with a whole different set of values that ended up doing a bunch of atrocities that were absolutely fucking awful. And you're just gonna lump some of the whatever atrocities meet your little fucking bingo board. You're gonna throw that on somebody else's face like it's a good session of getting Facebooked by Sydney Sweeney. Like, come on, dude, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes zero sense. In fact, it's an intellectual fallacy, and I'm sick of people like living on this intellectual fallacy because the term Nazi has a lot of power behind it, and by doing that, you just cheapen what they were, and what they were fucking awful.
Or national depression, sometimes the opposite can become true, and this is an example of it. And this is what I've been talking about.
And again, he's there is him being slightly misinformed on the fact that they were socialist. I mean, if we're gonna put it in American, stable to American values, which again I think is stupid because it's a different. That would be a vehemently left-wing value system.
This is what I was saying before about how, like, Hitler was getting popular on TikTok, etc. So, like, you guys see how all this is fitting together? How all this is coming together? Well, this is why it's important to talk about this history, is because in a lot of cases, I don't think history repeats itself, but it rhymes. And so when I see certain things happening nowadays, when I talk about the resurgence of these things happening, the reason why I talk about the resurgence of these things like this happening is because I see the precursors of it because of the precursors of it last time that it happened. That's the reality. And so when I'm discussing a topic like what was being discussed in here, trying to broaden the perspective of it, I was actually saying that this isn't good, even if you don't like any trans stuff at all. In a lot of cases, oppressive regimes will take a couple of things that are agreeable and then package them into tyranny and then hopefully sell that to the masses, and the masses buy it because of those couple of bad things. I think that maybe even off stream, Hassan should actually spend some time. It's only 4 hours. And if you look at a lot of the comments here, Asman is lenient on Hassan. There are a lot of people who are criticizing me because I didn't go hard enough on Hassan, and I actually tried to give him the benefit of the doubt the entire time, because I try to maintain consistency.
And this is the thing that I think is so funny about everybody when it comes to like Hassan, and I got like some criticism about my thumbnail, which my thumbnail fucking rocks on my coverage of the Hassan thing, and I skip a lot of the fluff that Ethan has because I've seen his videos in the past, and he loves to put in his memes every fucking where. But here's the thing, like I actually agreed with the you shouldn't have to police your chat, but I also looked at the hypocrisy of it, which I think is a very important factor of that. I think the hypocrisy reigns so powerful in that. And another thing, like, I think he looks at it as from the point of being a streamer, and he understands the streaming world a lot better than like even I do, because I'm like new to this grind. But it's one of those things that he was being really, really lenient to Hassan. And that's fair, dude, but that's not the same, that's not what Hassan will do to people. Hassan makes everyone his enemies and isolates him and his audience against everybody else, which I think is such a dangerous thing to do. And that's what propagates this type of there to be crazy misinformation where you assign everything to Nazism, you assign everything to them being your enemies, is because you live in a world where everybody's against you and it's propagated by one head, and that's just not okay. It's not okay, and that's why I have a problem with a lot of political streamers, is their main point is to fucking spread their seeds into as many minds as they possibly can. They're ear-fucking everybody, and they're willing to skew any facts to fit their agenda. It's not one side propagating misinformation, it's both sides always doing it.
Try to maintain a lack of bias, and I try to maintain a degree of decorum to make sure that when I'm talking about something, that I do so in the most authentic and accurate way. Now, do mistakes happen? And yes, I did misspeak with saying it was in Jewish. That's very fair. But I think that that's not really the focus of what the conversation was about, and only the most dishonest person would focus on that instead of what the actual context was and the actual meaning behind it. With a lot of these people, if they're worried that they're unhappy that, you know, my content is doing well, etc., maybe they should think about why that is. And I think that one of the big reasons why that happens is because it's honest. And more important than it being honest is that it attempts to be honest. Mistakes are made, mistakes will be made, and mistakes will continue to be made.
Well, that's what I was saying about this just being a fucking us spraying ropes from our fucking head, dude. This is just we're yelling into the void. It's just an unstreamed, unfettered chaos consciousness that is happening, and sometimes you're going to be wrong. Sometimes you're going to misspeak. It's how it happens, and to take everything that everybody says 100% at face value and then use it as, well, this is what happened. I mean, it's not how streamers work. I mean, yeah, unless there's a pattern that emerges where it's constantly a thing, and that's where I critique Hasan, because it's not like he had the Houthi guy on and glazed him. He then watched a propaganda video, then watched another propaganda video, and then another propaganda video, and then another propaganda video, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy just must support terrorism. There's a pattern of events. It wasn't one leaked video from Destiny. It wasn't 2 leaked videos. It was like 3, and then all of a sudden we got tons of stuff. There is if there's a series of actions that then lead to this this common fucking, here is the point. Here is the reality. There you go. There's your reasons. But it's like, dude, the taking it is like, oh, well, he disagrees with us, so he's a Nazi. It's just fucking retarded. It's just so dumb. Oh, he misspoke and called it Jewish. It's funny to meme on, but it's not like an actual I'm gonna destroy you point. Like, come on, dude. Like, what are we talking about here?
Hey, I will win. In the future, I will say somebody is speaking in Chinese when I actually mean Mandarin. I will. But the essence behind what I'm saying, I will endeavor to do my best that it is in fact true. I'm not trying to spread propaganda. I'm not trying to spread lies. I'm trying to be fair, accurate, authentic, and reasonable. And I think that's what a huge contingency of people are looking for in a sea of lies. Are you Team Ethan or Team Hasan? I think that I'm not Team Terrorist. Yeah, I'm not Team Terrorism. And that's where I'm at. I think that's what's fair. And so, yeah, it's that simple.
Yeah, dude, it's really fucking not that...
Since you're new to H&R Block?
It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult to understand exactly what the fuck, dude. It's so dumb, dude. This whole thing is, like, so dumb that you can take somebody and categorize them as, oh, well, they have right-wing views, so obviously they're a Nazi. Oh, they have left-wing views, so obviously they're a commie. It's just so disingenuous, and I've always thought it's very disingenuous, and I think it belittles the actual conversation at hand and belittles the person's viewpoints. You can find, like, even if somebody says something you disagree with, you can find merit in what they said. Even if you vehemently disagree with their positions, you can still understand the merit behind it. I think that that's a very important thing, and in order to have these conversations, you need freedom of speech to happen. And I think forcing people to overpolice their chat because you want to lump them in with the crazy people who watch them is insane, for one. I think that's absolutely stupid and a waste of energy. Another thing is, like, the idea that you can't have controversial people on your stream is super dumb. And to look at everybody who covers political topics as just ultimate political science major gooners, it's just stupid. It makes no sense. There are 90% of people aren't that invested in politics. 90% of people just go their day-to-day life, have fun, play video games, enjoy the internet a little bit, love themselves some chaos, go into a room, pull out a flesh puppet, and then have sex with it, you know? Just normal fucking everyday activities. They shove Legos up their ass, you know? Just the normal shit you do, dude. And it's kind of sad to see that there can't be somebody like Asmund who just, like, watches some political stuff sometimes, reacts to it, gives you his genuine opinions, even if it's just like, yeah, that's wild, oh, that's crazy. Because let's be honest, Asmund does that a lot. Oh, crazy. Where that's a whole nother talking point, but he's looked at as your normal fucking dude. And I think there's a huge divide right now that we have between people who cover political shit as a job, right? Their job is to every day trump for their side. They are going to stand in their line. They're not going to go check out the other line, see where it goes. It might go to fucking Disney World. Yeah, the other one might go to an orgy, and you don't know what's on the other side. Maybe you want to check out the orgy, but you're in the wrong line or whatever. So the fact that there's somebody that's like willing to just step out of their line a little bit, check something out, have that perspective, have the normal fucking dude outlook on things, is refreshing to a lot of people. That's why he's grown so much prominence, because he's not the guy lecturing to you. He's the guy just like sucking up content. It's the same reason why Joe Rogan got so popular. Joe Rogan sits there and he's like, ooh, monkey need to learn. Ooh, you tell monkey that sun is round? Ooh, monkey like learn sun is round. And then eventually that monkey will learn enough that it'll be like, oh, you try to lie to monkey? You try to lie to a monkey? This is like a famous meme of Joe Rogan's thing. It was like a Reddit post where it was like that was his whole perspective. You try to lie to a monkey get mad. You know, that's basically Joe Rogan. But the idea that behind why he got so popular is because he was having just a giant diverse cast of characters that came through his podcast, where he could listen to their different perspectives, and then eventually he started making his own perspective and having some genuine inquiries in between. It's about like it's the relatability of everything, and how you can feel like, oh, I understand him because I would think the same way. He's not out here trying to tell me how it is. He's learning how it is with me, and now that I've learned this knowledge with him, I can then discover this knowledge myself. That is the appeal. Now, I don't watch a ton of Asmongold's content, so that's not how I went into it, but I understand the appeal behind it. Yeah, that's about all I got on that one. I hope you enjoyed it, and give me a like and a comment, I guess. This next one we got is a skit thing. The art looked really funny. It's called Mickey is Forced to Choose Between Goofy and His Country. It looks, I'm not gonna lie, from the thumbnail and everything, this looks like Platoon meets Mickey Mouse, which I am so interested in to see the artwork here. This looks wild. I am so interested to see how wild this is.
Did you get the documents, Goofy?
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. No way, dude. Did you hear he did the Mickey Mouse? You see this picture in the thumbnail, right? You see the fucking mewing jawline. Bro's been mewing. Bro's been mewing for like the last 65 centuries, and he still sounds like, oh, well, how are you doing there, Goofy? Oh, this is crazy. Are you one of those commies? You one of those commies, Goofy? Well, it looks like you're gonna have to die in a foxhole with your friends. This is great, dude. This is fantastic.
I did. But there was something else.
What are you
Well, gosh, I ended up being a Nazi. I ended up liking what those Germans liked.
talking about?
It's
what?
Well, it's a dossier. I read it, Mickey. Do you have any idea what the Americans are doing here with the Vietnamese people? Mickey, it's...
Hand it over. We need to destroy it.
But Mickey, we can't destroy it. The world needs to know what they're doing here. We need to leak these to the press.
That's treason.
But it could end the war.
Oh, dude, you gotta take out Goofy, dude. Otherwise, you're both getting taken out by the CIA. The CIA is gonna have 2 shooters kill you, but they're gonna say it's only 1, and then you're gonna wait like 30 to 60 years before the actual world gets to know. And by the time they know, they're gonna be too obsessed with what Elon Musk is doing to actually pay attention to what happened to you in Vietnam, which was absolutely awful. Or Goofy doesn't understand. He doesn't understand why he had to die for nothing. And Mickey Mouse, I fucked it up.
It'll save thousands of lives, Mick. We have to do what's right. We can't let this go on.
Goofy.
Once the people back home see what's happening here, support for this pointless fighting will collapse. I'll get to see my wife again. I'll get to see Max.
You're never seeing Max again, Goofy, you stupid commie piece of shit.
Mickey, we'll get to go home.
There's nothing left for me back home. War is the only thing that holds me together. It's all I know.
What the fuck?
We're soldiers. We don't question. We act.
But Mickey.
Don't but Mickey me. Hand over the file.
Good soldiers don't always follow orders.
Good soldiers do always follow orders. And I'm giving you an order right now, Goofy.
I feel like there's so many missed opportunities here. Listen here, Goofy, you commie fuck. We have to do what is right for America. And as much as it pains me to take you from your son Max, I gotta do what's right. Like, there's so many good, like, I feel like they had the ideas right here to be funny, and they're missing so many fucking jokes. Like, oh gosh, Mickey, I feel like what's going on here is not the right thing to do. Huh? Like, oh, dude, there's so, like, there was so much they could have added. It's so close to perfect.
Look, Goofy, we can't let that information get out. We just can't.
We have to. It's our moral obligation. We can't let them go on with all this.
But, Goofy...
If you want the files, you're going to have to kill me.
Don't make me choose between my country and you. You're like a brother to me.
Dude, he's gonna kill him. You know what'd be even better? If he's like, oh, and he like fires like, oh, and then he just goes and teabags him. That was for America. He just fucking... just teabagging the shit out of Goofy's head. That was for America, you fucking noob. Like, I don't know. I feel like the idea is funny because it's serious. Like, you already passed the point of it being serious, and it hits that kind of, like, ironic funny, right? It hits that ironic funny because you're fucking with Goofy and Mickey Mouse in Vietnam. But taking it as serious as you did without adding in, like, some, like, over-the-top humor, I think is ruining the appeal. It's ruining the appeal a little bit here. I want it to be more. It has so much fucking potential. You have so much potential here for it to be amazing, but it's just missing the mark.
Then look me in the eye when you do it. Tell my Maxie that I love him.
And what another thing is happening here, another thing that even though this has got such a funny fucking concept, such a wild concept of Mickey Mouse and Goofy being in the Vietnam War, that is a brilliant concept by itself. That living in an ecosystem of fucking greatness is perfect. The problem I think that happens is, one, you're doing impressions, right? You're doing impressions, so we're gonna hear the difference between these iconic characters, especially with Goofy. I mean, anybody who grew up watching the Goofy movie is gonna know a fucked up impression. My impression's fucked up. I know it's fucked up. Don't do it, Mickey. Exactly. But here's the thing where it hits kind of the thing is because you're taking it in such a serious direction. I'm seeing the fucking cracks in the voice, and I'm also just kind of lose all the seriousness is lost. We're ending it there? That's where it ends? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't even get to see him fucking shoot Goofy? Fucking L animation. Fucking garbage. It should have been like this. I've never wanted to lose a friend like you, Goofy. I don't want to put a bullet in your head. But sometimes you gotta do what's right for the good old US of A. And then just blam! And you just watch Goofy's head explode. And then he walks over and he's like, let's do one more for your commie ass. Boom, boom, boom. And just blood shooting out of him. It's just like over the top violence to just match them. It's masked by the absurdity of the voice. And like right as the bullet hits his head, before he hits the ground, he's like, boom, oh gosh. And just blood spraying out of his forehead. Do you remember that Filthy Frank Goofy in the courtroom animation? No, dude, what? What? Oh my god, dude. Is this it?
Will the suspect please take the stand?
Yes, dude. Yes, we got fucking Filthy Frank. I miss Filthy Frank. You know what's great about Filthy Frank? I know I'm going to go on a little bit of a side tangent before I get into this. Is Filthy Frank, out of all these people of this era, your Ethan Kleins, your iDubbbz, all these ones who disavowed their old audiences, Fucking Filthy Frank, to this day, performing as Joji, will see somebody in a pink outfit and he'll be like a man of culture. He will put love on his old audience because he knows they are who built them. And that's what keeps him relevant. Even if he's gaining some new fans, he still shows respect to his old ones. This is great.
Mr. Goofy, is it? Yeah. Mr. Goofy, you are here today being charged with mass homicide. Yeah. And your lawyer is here, present. Am I correct?
Yes, I'm his lawyer, Joe Rosenberg. I'll be representing Goofy.
He's got one of those people Hassan hates, the Jews.
Now, from what I see here, there is strong evidence supporting the mass shooting. It looks like here you were caught in broad daylight on CCTV holding an AR-7. So you're admitting that the man in this footage is you, correct? So you do admit that this very same footage right here from the...
See, if the Vietnam thing would have done this would have been peak. I mean, like, obviously they got Goofy acting like a bumbling fucking retard here. He's like, yup, gosh. Like if they would have added just a little bit of that into the Vietnam thing, that would have been a peak fucking video, especially with that animation style.
Very same CCTV of you massacring a public elementary school is you as well? Is that a yes? Can I get a yes, Mr. Goofy?
I object. My client has done nothing wrong.
He killed 27 children and crippled 5.
He's clinically...
Bro! Well, I mean, the ones that are crippled, I mean, will probably still get, they'll end up on Kill Tony one day, and they'll become a regular just for the fact that they're crippled. So that's good. They got that going for them. The rest of them are dead, and they have nothing going for them other than slowly getting eaten by maggots, or maybe they got cremated. I don't know, dude. These are dead kids we're talking about.
Insane, Your Honor. He's crazy.
Mr. Goofy, this is not a laughing matter.
I told you he's insane. His wife miscarried.
Mr. Goofy, what do you have to say for yourself?
His wife miscarried? What the fuck? The lawyer's like, and also, dude, Goofy's wife got hit by a train. You don't think this affected his mental state? We should allow him free. It was all in self-defense. One of those kids was running with scissors. You know how dangerous that is on a child and everybody else around? He had to shoot that kid.
Guilty? Your Honor, my client would like to plead insanity.
No. Wait, hold on. Mr. Goofy, you're saying that you were conscious? You were conscious and aware of your actions. Is that correct?
Goofy, what the fuck are you doing? Gosh, I did it.
And Mr. Rosenberg, looks
what
like
the fuck is Mickey Mouse doing over there? Just fucking, he's over there gooning in the corner, bro. He's just jerking it angrily at Goofy. He's like, you ruined our entire idea of having a better world, Goofy. We could have ruined Star Wars, but instead you had to shoot all of those poor children.
Client has decided to come clean.
Holy fucking shit. Your Honor, I'd like to call for a recess. I would like to talk to my client in private.
Fine. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Goofy, get the fuck over here. I did it.
Fucking kidding me. Goofy, come here. Goofy, come here. Listen to me. Okay? All right, Goofy, you're on thin ice right now. You're on thin ice, buddy. Come on. Come on, shape up.
I did it.
Yeah, I know you did it. Yeah, we all know you fucking did it. Okay, we can get you off. We can get you off.
We all know you fucking did it. Fucking, you gotta see Mickey Mouse over here just fucking glaring, bro. Everybody else is like chilling, waiting. Mickey Mouse is like, my poor little child was in that high school, and he shot all of them. He had doom mods that were exactly out of the school.
Yeah, I'm a murderer.
We all know you're guilty.
Guilty?
Look, Goofy, I'm Mickey's best lawyer, okay? He wanted me on this case because he cares about you.
I'll fucking do it again.
Okay, Goofy, do you want to go to jail?
I'll fucking do it again. The honesty, bro. You're right. At least he's honest. Yep.
Nope.
Do you want to go to a psychiatric ward?
No.
No?
No.
Then you say that you're not guilty. You didn't do it. Okay?
But I did.
Yeah, I know you fucking did it, but just say you did it. Okay, Goofy, you gotta take this seriously. You killed 27 children, okay? And we all know that. But I can get you out of this. Do you know how much money Mickey put on the line for this? Do you know how much money he's paying? He's doing this just for you because he cares about you. Okay, if not for me, do this for Mickey.
Bro, Mickey not only ruined Marvel, not only ruined Star Wars, but he's ruining all of his old IPs just to play for your fucking courtroom fees. Oh gosh, that's a lot of money there, Mick. It's dude, you need to shape the fuck up, Goofy. This is game time, bro. This is try or die time, bro. And all I'm getting from you is a fucking bunch of doofusness. You need to stop worrying about how many kids you killed and start thinking about how many IPs are getting ruined by Mickey just to save your ass.
Yeah, I don't care about losing the case. Just do it for Mickey. Okay. Okay.
Goofy.
Murder!
Goofy, shut the fuck up. Goofy.
The demons told me to.
Oh, fuck. Shut the fuck up, Goofy.
Guilty.
Lawyer goes for the insanity plea, but Goofy blows it. Bro, Goofy was fucking murder. See, that's peak, dude. I mean, it went a little over the top with how fucking stupid Goofy was. But at the same time, like, that other one didn't go far enough, dude. It didn't have any stupid meter from any of the characters. It played them way too seriously, and it ruined it. This was, like, too goofy, but the regular characters were playing it straight, which makes it fucking land. I mean, come on. If you're going to use famous IPs, go fucking hard. You know somebody who would go fucking hard? That was actually, this is a good caveat. So the next one we're going to do is Naruto is a Special Ninja by Flash Gitz. Flash Gitz is one of my favorite animators, and I hate Naruto. I hate Naruto so much, dude. I think it's one of the most garbage shows ever made in humanity. Believe it. We can be friends. We don't have to fight. I hate him. But I want to see, this is how you utilize an IP to make a funny video. Because I haven't watched this, but I know Flash Gitz never misses. Flash Gitz!
He's late again. Useless. You know Naruto's condition has progressed. Give him time. He needs supportive friends right now more than anything.
Sorry I'm late, guys. I was busy training to be the next.
He's got a tumor. He's got yeah, Naruto's one of those huge animes that I never got around viewing. It's not worth it. Do not watch Naruto. It is a waste of your time. Dude, he's got the nine-tailed fox just like growing out of his like balls, bro. And One Piece is getting like an abridged faster version that's gonna come out on Netflix. I just wait for that. I love One Piece. I love the shit out of One Piece, but it's 1,000 episodes, so I understand everybody who doesn't want to watch it.
Hokage.
Come on, Kakashi, look at him. He'll never be a real ninja.
He looks like a boiled vegetable.
Bro looks like the embodiment of like AIDS mixed with Shane Gillis. He's Shane Gillis AIDS tumor man.
That's enough. Listen up. Here's the mission. On me, I have 2 bells. But there's 3 of you. The one who can't get a bell gets kicked out of training.
Bro's fucking with the zipper, dude. He's like, but I believe it. I believe I can get past the zipper. Look away from my tumor.
You can use any weapons. If you're not prepared to kill me, you won't be able to take the bells.
Whoa! Bro just fucking broke his arm, bro! Dude's got a boner! Boner. I'm gonna kill my... Minecraft, Roblox, Robocop.
Oh, Naruto!
Bro! This is literally how the anime feels. Not gonna lie, dude, this is 100% how Naruto feels. Naruto's just fucking, like, doofusing his way through the anime. And, like, especially at the beginning, he's like, I'm fucking stupid and I suck at everything. And they're like, he's like, you can't eat until you get the bells. And the other 2 have, like, fucking got the bells and he's starving and they, like, give him their food. He gets the fucking participation trophy. This is why I feel like this is why millennials are fucked up. It's because they they watch Naruto, the ultimate participation trophy show. Everything just like, let's take care of poor retarded Naruto. It's so dumb, dude.
Okay, little buddy. You ready?
Watch out! Here I come!
There you go.
Rose into the ninjutsu. He's like, bro, I can't do these signs in Compton. They keep shooting me because people in blue keep shooting me because I'm in red.
Almost. Uh-oh.
Bro, I like to see him try that shit in front of Kendrick, bro. He'll get Serena Williams to do a crip walk on his grave.
I wonder where Naruto could be. I hope he doesn't attack my ninja blind spot. Oop, you're gonna have to try a little harder. Maybe channel your chakras.
He's right. I'm the last one left. There's only one thing I can do.
Bro, the Nine Tails. He's got to talk to the Nine Tails. His fucking tumor's gonna explode, bro.
Hey, Naruto folks. Hello. Kakashi's really strong. I know. You want my help? Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, Maui.
His tumor didn't even explode. It's just like gnawing his ankle from inside of it. Could you imagine having this tumor with a living being in front inside of it? It's just hanging by your scrot, dude. And every time you want to combat, you just swing your tumor at them. You're like, take my fleshy tumor, bad guy. Dude's standing there with a knife trying to mug you, and you're just getting slashed up by hitting him with your tumor.
Chakra is so powerful. Good job, Naruto.
Ow!
Okay, that's a little hard, Naruto.
Ah! Bro, just shaked him in the eye. Look, oh!
Naruto, what are you doing? You said that we had to kill you, Kakashi-sensei. Naruto!
I don't know what to do. You said we had to kill you. I can't call off Naruto far. You said we had to kill you. I don't know.
What the fuck, dude? The tumor fucking ate him, dude. Holy shit, bro. Bro's fucking extra ball, dude. His extra scrode, the Nine-Tail scrode, fucking ate Kakashi Sensei, dude. Bro will never be able to fucking unscrode again. This is wild.
You can either give me your booty, or I'm gonna hack you. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love that Meat Canyon was involved in this one. This makes way more sense that it took like a horror turn. I give Meat Canyon a lot of shit when I'm watching this stuff just because I love giving Meat Canyon shit because he's one of my favorite creators. But I love that they had like a fucking at least there was closure to the episode. Yeah, dude, it's perfect. This is better than watching the entirety of Naruto. It's a way better ending. Better Naruto ending right here. But I love that they worked together in the past, dude. I love that in my chat lore, in my fucking lore that will be built off of posting these on the internet, there will be people that think I hate Meat Canyon, and when I'm so happy to see that they work together and that they both love each other, and they probably have a lot of gay sex. These guys probably Eiffel Tower Meat Canyon's fat ass.
Yay! Not your chocolate caverns, your booty!
Our online browsing data? But that contains all our secrets. Everything we've ever done online.
That's what makes it valuable.
Lie true, Don.
Wait, what?
I love that this is going into an ad, and it's funnier than most people's YouTube videos. They fucking just murdered Meat Canyon. This is what happens every time I come on a woman's chest. I don't know why. I've had to hide so many bodies.
We don't negotiate with hackers.
Because we have NordVPN.
Dude, NordVPN ad, bro. Now it hits the ad. Yeah, dude. I mean, this is an old video, so you're probably not going to get any fucking It's not that old. It's 2 years old, yeah. But you're not gonna get their discount code, guys. You're never getting it. I'm sorry. Looks like you took the W or the L in life. I'm sorry, guys. You're not gonna get it. But that's a funny skip before an ad. Like I love that like Meat Canyon and these guys just do such a good job with ads and shit. When a lot of creators don't even fucking try, they just spill their semen onto the screen and they expect you to lop it up like a good little fucking viewer. But yeah, that was another Flash skits. It's always a joy to have them on. Also, fuck Naruto. It's a garbage show, and that's better than the entirety of watching the show. That show is so bad, dude. One Piece is good though. One Piece is really good. It sucks because like I think the big three at that time were Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto. And Naruto and One Piece overshined Bleach at like such a fucking massive level when Bleach is so much better than Naruto. That's my anime advice for you guys on that one. Watch Bleach, especially the 1000-Year Blood War or whatever the fuck the new one's called. It's so good. It's so good. Bleach is so fucking good, dude. Just skip the filler because there's a filler arc in the Bleach that I would rather tie my nuts to a rabid dog than watch that filler arc again. I can't remember what the fuck happened in it, but I remember it being awful and wasting my fucking time. I would like there's nothing worse than it. It's nothing worse. It's like I would rather be Tom Hanks at the end of Philadelphia than rewatch that filler arc of Bleach. Speaking of anime, though, I have one more video for you guys tonight, and then I'm going to go to bed because I got to work tomorrow. But this is called SAO Abridged Parody Episode 1. Now, Sword Art Online is a pretty famous anime. It's about a character getting stuck in a video game, right? Dude, Bleach is awesome. Bleach is awesome. It's fantastic. I love Bleach. Yeah, get to the newest arc. The newest arc that's on Hulu is super, super good. But SAO is kind of an anime that a lot of people poo-poo on. I really liked Sword Art Online. I think the first season and the Gun Art Online season are the strongest of the show. Those are the ones that if I like when I like watched it, I was like, these two are amazing. I loved those two seasons. The first season, he's stuck in a video game. The Gun Gale Online one, he's trying to find a serial killer. I think a lot of people hate on Sword Art Online, and I think that it's not the most complex thing in the world, but it's fun to watch. I think a lot of people expect it to be the greatest thing ever, and I think it's just a really good time passer, and I really enjoyed it. Well, let's get into Sword Art Online Abridged.
Link, start! Sword Art Online. It's been a while since the beta. Wonder if they changed anything. Oh, come on, really?
Let's go, dude. Modern gaming. We're in modern gaming. We got our ads. Dude, I don't know if you have an Xbox, chat. Anybody in chat has an Xbox, but Xbox started advertising their own games when you turn on the fucking Xbox, and it's the most annoying thing in the world. It's so irritating when you turn on your Xbox, and it's like, have you played the new Call of Duty? And I'm like, nah, dude, I really don't want to. But play the new Call of Duty. It's cool for you. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. And then it like sits there and it like stares deep into your soul, and it like reaches down to your pants and grabs you by your genitals. Well, if you're a girl, it does like the swing and stab method, and if you're a guy, it just grabs and twists and it pulls you in. It says, you better download the next Call of Duty, or I will rip off your every existence of having a child.
Just disgusting. Activate ad blocker. I am going to burn this to the ground.
I'm skipping this because of the fact that is going to give me a copyright claim.
Oh, God! Wow, congrats. You're defeated by a pig.
You, man, that's like the pig from hell.
Really?
Oh, bro, dude, look at, dude, he just Akuma Matata that motherfucker. He Akuma Mata'd its ass, bro. It's the same thing that turns my wife on is when I Akuma Matata her ass.
My God, I've stumbled across the most powerful weapon in the game.
Stop.
The Mithril Pebble of Pig Smiting.
Please stop.
For you see, Long ago, this pebble was forged in the fiery pits of Tartarus by the grand blacksmith of Lucifer himself, in a time before the world began. And thus, Marjosa, guardian of the pebble, fell to his knees.
No joke, dude. They love monologuing in animes for way too fucking long. They'll tell you about the nutsack of a grand or ancient wizard and how many hairs were on it, and if you pluck them with your teeth, how tasty they are, and how it accumulated into the one iron boar's fist that you shall use to defeat the Demon King.
Passed from this world, leaving behind the mighty weapon, for he knew that one day its power would be required once more.
Are you done?
Yes, but the legacy of the pebble lives on.
I have a feeling you get beat up a lot in real life.
Shut up! Here I have power!
Right. Anyway, I've got a pizza coming, and I'm gonna meet up with some friends later, so thanks for the quick tutorial on pig slaying, and the not-so-quick tutorial on rocks. Kirito?
Hey, no problem. I had fun taunting you. Balls Deep 69.
Bro, speaking of balls, I don't know if anybody here's heard about the guy that worked for the Elon Musk Doge thing. And he had said some like edgy shit online, and his name was Big Balls. And because every news outlet wants to be mad at Elon Musk's Doge bullshit, they then talked about this Big Balls guy. So literally, whether this guy said bad stuff or not, that's not the point. The point is that every big mainstream news company in the United States was literally saying Big Balls on national television. It was the greatest your nut are my nuts lick my dick joke of all time. It was the biggest fucking suck my cum joke of all time, and I loved it. It was so fucking funny. Watching compilations of like Rachel Maddow talking about big balls in her vagina is amazing, dude.
It's just a joke name. Just a character to dick around with while I get the hang of the game. I'm gonna make my real character later.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, it was one of those moments, dude. It was one of those moments that was pretty fucking sweet. You're right, dude. We don't get great moments like that every day. It's pretty fucking amazing when we get like ultimate meme moments. It's like Biden when he was like shimble under pressure, or like Trump when he was like, we killed him like a dog. Oh, bagooba doggy. We shot him in the dog. It was great, dude. I love shit like that. The memes go so fucking wild, dude. It makes my nipples so hard.
So, your pizza?
Right. Logging out. Hey, Kirito, total noob question, but how do I log out?
Are you serious, man?
Come on, man. It's Nerve Gear. I can't Alt F4 this shit.
Alright, fine. It's right here?
Oh, thanks, Player's Guide.
No, it's here. It's just blank.
Wait, there's something scrolling across mine. Ha 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 ha.
I get it.
Wait. There's more. Ha.
Riveting.
Well, whatever. I'll just pull the Nerve Gear off. Like so.
Hey, dumbass, it doesn't work that way. The Nerve Gear disables your motor functions so you don't move around while you play. Don't you remember all those videos of the beta testers?
Whoa. It's so lifelike.
Oh, hey, man, how's the So many lawsuits.
Bro, there is actually something that's wild where a guy, this is real. This is 100% real. He had devised and made a VR setup with he did a VR setup where literally it can kill you, and he stopped working on it, but he was creating it at one time. Did you follow Yee's tweets leading up to the Super Bowl? Yeah, I have a video coming out on it in a couple days. In a couple days, I react to the whole thing. I actually was super upset because I thought Twitter deleted his account, but actually he just deleted everything on his Twitter. The best part about it was there was a meme I wanted to highlight. It was something I quote tweeted on my Twitter, which if you want to follow me, it's at Jiffy Coates is my Twitter. And I had quote tweeted it because it was literally like, thank you to the Jews for creating porn, and I love me some porn. That was the peak tweet from All of the Meltdown. The one where he wasn't going absolute Adolf Hitler.
Do you feel tingly?
No, why?
What the hell is that?
Well, Bozy, I believe the locals call it a hexagon? Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'll have to check back with you.
F*** off.
And the sky is bleeding.
Man, they're really working for that M rating.
Bro, it's that time of month, bro. Sometimes the sky, when it gets really angry at you, and you're just trying to go to work, you're driving, it's getting kind of fucking red up there, you know it's time for God to have its period. And God's a woman now, so we gotta, like, snap our fingers, and when the sky starts bleeding, you're just like, oh, it's that time of month again, my bad.
Oh my god, what's going on?
Don't worry, baby. I'll protect you.
Oh, it's a person.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Kayaba Akihiko, head programmer. Welcome to the unparalleled online experience that is Sword Art Online. Hello, people. Kind of talking here.
Bro, this fucking this is another tangent. I know you guys hate when I pause, but there was an actual game dev who like showed up and did a meeting like this in one of his games back in like the 2000s, and he forgot to put on the immortal mode, and they all fucking killed him. So the devs of the game decided to burn the entire game down.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and disable general chat here.
Do you think he realizes he just muted himself?
Give it a minute.
Alright, I just realized what happened there. It's very funny, but right now, serious time. How many of you have seen Tron? Huh? Huh? What, seriously? None of you have seen Tron? Shit, I was really banking on that. Okay, no problem. I can wing this. Much like the World of Warcraft, none of you are here by choice anymore. Unlike WoW, however, you're being held here by me, not by your need to escape your empty f***ing lives. There is no longer any way to log out of Sword Art Online. If someone on the outside attempts to log you out by removing your nerve gear, well, has anyone seen Scanners? Scanners.
Bro, asked for another fucking niche movie. I had this happen to me today at work. I asked my coworker, I'm like, I made a joke about John Leguizamo. I made a joke about John Leguizamo and Mario, and he looked at me like he was so fucking lost. And he's like, when was John Leguizamo in Mario? And I was like, what the fuck? And I had to like go down a rabbit hole of explaining how John Leguizamo played Luigi in the worst Mario movie ever made.
It's a movie that seriously. Okay, all right, here we go. Watch this. Okay, that was from Scanners, and basically that. Okay, finally seeing some gears turning. We're making progress.
Why would you do such a thing?
Steven, is that you? Steven, how are you enjoying that advanced copy?
I'm playing with my family.
Oh, that's right. Happy birthday, Timmy.
Fucking what a pussy. Timmy's such a pussy, dude. He deserved this. Everyone else, I feel bad for him. Timmy, let's just scanner that bitch ass.
Up so fast. Cherish these moments, Steven. Cherish these moments. So, as I was saying, the only way to keep the nerve gear from going all Gallagher on your gray matter is to make your way through Castle Aincrad and beat Sword Art Online.
So, you want us to beat an MMO?
Essentially.
You.
Whoa, getting a lot of hostility here. Don't appreciate it.
Well, honestly, when was the last time you heard of someone beating EverQuest?
When was the last time you heard of someone playing EverQuest?
That's fair.
Anywho, for all you guys who wanted to play as girls, and you know who you are, well, I've got a surprise for you.
Kirito?
You're not a girl, and you're not 17. I'm okay.
Oh no, dude, they found Vosh. They found Vosh in the game, bro. He's like, I wanted to be a child and have sex with horses.
This. Me too.
Love knows no gender.
You look so young.
And you look less hairy, balls.
My name is Klein.
No, it's not.
As you can see, I have peeled away your petty facades and revealed you for what you truly are. Fairly attractive 20-somethings, apparently. Good for you. Kind of undermines the whole cold light of day thing I had planned, but still, I'm gonna break down stereotypes. Except you, fatty. I'm gonna bring down the curve. Oh, one more thing. I should probably mention, if your health points reach 0, your real bodies perish as well. What? Okay. If you die in the...
What, the Ethan? Like, Ethan Klein? He did, dude did look like Ethan Klein before he lost the weight, bro. He got goobly schmoodle fat.
Game, you die for real. What? Really? Okay. Sometimes.
What happened with Ethan Klein and Bosch? You're gonna have to let me know. I didn't know there was a Ethan Klein and Bosch drama.
Things are born. They live, and then they stop. Forever.
Oh
Oh my god! If we die in the game, we die for real!
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep that tabbed. And with that, I bid you all adieu. Oh, last thing, I swear. I disabled the profanity filter. Have fun with that.
Bro, there wouldn't be this long of a pause. You know somebody would yell the N-word. I'm not saying I would do it. I'm vehemently against doing that. But once you just say there's no more censorship, there's one fucking guy that comes out there and yells the N-word as loud as he can. It's like Kanye with his hate for the Jewish people. There is always that one fucking guy.
We're fucked!
Bossy, I'm heading to the next town, and I need your help.
Really? You need my help?
Yeah, there's a mini-boss on the way, and I need some cannon fodder. You in or out?
As tempting as that sounds, I really should stick with my friends back there. They're about as skilled as I am, so I figure we have a better chance of surviving if we stick together.
Well, monkeys and typewriters.
What the fuck does that even mean? Monkeys and typewriters? What do you just smash monkeys to death with typewriters? Is that what happened to Harambe? We all thought it was because he killed a kid? No. It was about us smashing him to death with a typewriter.
In any case, you may be the most unbearable asshole I've ever met, but you are really good at this game. We could use you in our group. What do you say? You can meet my friends, we'll form a guild, and have all these adventures. It'll be great!
Nah, fuck that noise, dude. I'm doing this shit myself. I'm going fucking Alicante on all the asses I meet, dude. I'm gonna be pounding some pussy cheeks like a champ. Bro, he didn't have a retort. He just fucking dipped.
Well, screw you too. Think you're too good to join my guild?
Yeah, that's right. Dick's out for Harambe, baby.
Think you're all cool because you know how to kill a boar?
Dude was just fucking mad that he got called an asshole. Bro got one. This is those type of pussies who ruin Call of Duty for everybody else. So they were like, they call me a noob when I couldn't hit the shot, mama. And then the mom's on there like, did you call my son a little pussy ass bitch twink? Mom, they never said anything. Yeah, he's a little pussy ass bitch twink. One day when he gets older, he's not gonna have any love. Yeah. Well, dude, what do you have a problem with him being gay or something? No. He can be gay all he wants, but he'll never be used for love. They're gonna pass him around as like a joint. He's gonna be a little bottom joint bitch. Those are the fuckers that ruined COD. They couldn't take the heat. They ruined it for everybody else. They wanted censorship when World used to be fun and chaos, dude. That was when it was the best, bro. That was when it's the best. That's all I got for you guys. That was entertaining. I'm gonna have to watch the next episode because I think there's a few episodes of this shit. This is now hit the mainstream of me watching it. I am gonna goon like a master to this. I'm gonna content spew this to the next generation. We all need to be a part of this world, and I'm ready to bring it to the masses, or at least all 2 people in my stream right now. But thank you guys so much. I'll catch you on the next one, and like and subscribe, I guess.